let's not get carried. It's annoying, ain't it? How's everybody doing? Hope you're all okay. I was debating whether to go live tonight, but I decided to because I can. So there we go. Hence the title. I want to watch the video that we were watching last night from Killer. I've gone fast forwarded a little bit further on because I just want to get the Jason Dollarhide update from him. Then we could watch what he put out last night, but it's up to you lot. I am always open to suggestions, and yeah. So go away. Fuck me, that was annoying. Don't ever tell me not to listen to Goth ever again. It was all your bad idea. Hi Arto, hi Sumi, I delete the lols. Hello Goth, hello everybody. Cheeky Monkey, hello if you're still here. Hello everybody, I hope you're all okay. So yeah, I want to see what he has to say about Jason Dollarhide.
Talk about giving police the right to lie. Police empowered to lie about investigations. When you allow cops to lie to us and say, okay, now take Kant's categorical imperative and put it into effect. If all cops lie to us, what happens? It creates an absolute mess, a soup, injustice soup. And so now you have this cop, Heather Weicker, along with every other pig lying to us, and it's created absolute chaos. If the cops can lie to us and we have to tell the truth, then you've created a tilted scale. If I can lie to y'all, hey, Floyd's bail.
You do lie to them all. Y'all. You lie to y'all, you lie to us all, you lie to them all, you lie to everyone, you lie to yourself, you lie to the police, you lie to your family. You've pretty much made a pretty solid profession for yourself out of lying. That is one thing that, I don't know, I was going to say that one thing that you seem to have succeeded at, but no, because not everybody falls for it. Only the dumb fall for it. As I've got at least half a brain each, at least, yeah? And we see through all your lies. We also just have to look for 5 minutes and we find out all your lies. It's not difficult. By the way, I know you lot have all got more than half a brain. I'm just saying. I'm trying to imply how dumb his fucking followers are.
Was really $600 and not $400, then if everybody does that, then everybody's ripping people off. And that's a bad thing. That makes
that is a bad thing, isn't it, Chili? Only Chili's allowed to rip people off. That is a bad thing. To think that other people out there might actually have the audacity to rip people off. I can't believe that. Yeah, you're actually completely right. Only you have the right to rip people off.
Bad society. That makes a bad good because good spreads. You do bad spreads. When we allow pigs to lie to us, it ruins the fabric of a culture that's based on being upfront and honest and trustworthy. When the government says to the cops, go ahead and lie, we're going to encourage you to lie to try to get convictions against people, you're ruining the category.
You know what? Because Arto's just mentioned it, and actually, I completely agree with what you've just said. It's true. I don't know for certain, but I'm pretty sure that it's not the case over here. The cops aren't allowed to blatantly lie to you about, like, you know, what evidence they have or haven't found and stuff like that. As far as I know, please correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, I know, and I know in America they can lie through their teeth to you, and I'm not saying that that's right at all. It's not right, I suppose, but it has helped in situations. But it's also, what's the word? Helped doesn't seem like the right one. Contributed, that's the one, to a lot of false confessions and stuff like that. When they're lying through their teeth to somebody, and that person then feels that much under pressure that that they end up confessing to a crime that they haven't committed. So I don't think that the police lying is the best way to go. I don't. But to have Chili talking about anybody lying is just a joke to me, basically. So yeah.
Imperatives of what is supposed to happen. There is a categorical imperative that must be met. And as long as we continue to allow our government to lie to us, deceive us, to steal from us, to overtax us, we're going to have an absolute horrible country. And that's where we are right now. That's where we are. We have created rules for cops that are not the same rules for us. They can lie, cheat, and steal, and we have to follow all the rules. They don't get arrested. They don't get they don't get in trouble for anything, and we get in trouble for.
Right. I need to think, and I'm not very good at thinking when I'm on live. I lose all my brain basically. How are you, Atius? How you doing? So he's saying that it should be the same rules either way then, yeah? So if they have to tell the truth, the police have to tell the truth. If the police can lie, they should be able to lie. What's all the issues, though, that they have with the police doing things that they can... That's it. You know what? You know what a really simple one is? I knew there was one. I'd find it eventually if I really scrape out what's left in my skull. If the police have to identify, then so do you. How's that? I think that's a quite simple one. But yeah, there we go.
Anything. If you interact with a cop and you don't do what they say, you're charged with assault, even though it's a lie. How many times are we seeing it? We're seeing it lie after lie after lie after.
Not at all. We're not seeing it lie after lie after lie. You listen to one person, for example, Floyd Wallace, who says, I didn't do nothing wrong. I've never done anything wrong in my life. I really do have an itchy back condition. Do you know what I mean? You listen to that and that's it. The police are definitely lying. You've seen nothing so far. You've not seen any footage of him. You've not seen any footage of the police. You do not know that. Shut the fuck up.
Lie. It just never stops. And it's because we're breaking categorical imperativeness. We're breaking Kant's
Hello, Sally. How you doing, love?
basic philosophy. If you can do it, then just imagine everybody can do it. So if you walk up and you sucker punch someone, just imagine 8 billion people, 7 billion people sucker punching someone. If I
Hi, Delete Lows. How you doing?
walk out the door right now and I take my neighbor's property, now just your will be done throughout the universe. Now imagine everybody walking out the door and taking their neighbor's property. If I lie, cheat, or steal, then just imagine everybody else lying and cheating and stealing, and that's okay.
That's it. So apparently it's okay because Chili does lie, cheat and steal, and right, so that's the standard then, I guess. But no, because then what he's going to go on and say is that, you know, you're not supposed to do that, blah, 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 blah. There's repercussions for doing that kind of behaviour. He probably won't actually say this because it's the kind of thing that a normal person might say. And this is coming from Chile. I didn't know that any of this was actually coming, by the way. I just sort of skipped to the end a little bit, hoping that that's when the Jason Dollarhide thing would be. Who knew that he'd be chatting so much shit in such a small amount of time?
And that's what we've created. And you wonder why Heather Weicker is such a piece of shit. She's been taught to be a piece of shit. She's been taught to be a tyrant thug pig. She's been taught. She's been educated.
So who do we blame for the way Chili turned out then? His mum? His dad, or lack of, sorry? His teachers? Whose fault is it?
Alrighty then. Okay, last thing. I'm going to show you the conversation that I just had with Jason Dollarhide. It'd be
a bit of a unique way of dying, wouldn't it, Goth, to be fair? If you got, like, you know, punched by 8 billion people.
Jason Dollarhide. And then, remember, I'm trying to do a fundraiser, so I will put in here.
Of course you are.
I will put my Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. I'm trying to recover $400 that I just put out for Floyd Wallace to get him out of jail. So I'll put my Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal in the chat below. And then at Chili Di Castro is PayPal. There it is right there. Those are my pay apps right there. I'm trying to raise those funds back. Hopefully I can get it back, but if I can't, I took that chance and I wasn't going to leave Floyd in jail. No how, no way, no how, no way. So there's my Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. If you're so inclined, I'm trying to raise like 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks from each person to get to that $400 mark. If we go over that, I'll put it in a kitty and we'll use it for the next person we got to bail.
Oh, get fucked. You know what, yeah, if he gets more than that, he puts it in a kitty and uses it for the next person that they want to help. Yet next time he wants to help somebody, it will start from zero. He won't sit there and say, right, well, we've still got $200 left in from, you know, the fake fundraiser that I did to get Floyd Wallace out, who's already out, because I've already got him out. The fuck? What's that? I'm researching the clowns who think you don't need a license. The article I found, he debunks his own claim. Yeah. With his own citation. Yeah. I'm no surprise there.
Well, because I don't want to make a dime. I just want to try to keep my nose above water as we...
Hello, El Vampiro. How you doing? So he put funds... wants payback and from viewers, so he's not helping. No, exactly. And that's what I mean. He doesn't help because he wants the whole amount back so that he doesn't put anything towards it at all. And then also, this is like bail type thing, ain't it? So then when Floyd Wallace appears at court, the money will get refunded, won't it? If I'm right. I don't know, by the way, if I'm wrong. Please let me know. But if I'm right, then where does that money go then when it gets refunded?
So now let me share with you guys the phone call that I just had with Jason Dollarhide this morning, I believe. I pulled like a 38-hour day, and so my days and nights are all kind of messed up right now. So, sorry, I stayed awake.
Look out the window. Shit, no, he probably ain't got one, has it? I mean, let's be fair, he's probably in a garage right now. Or a basement. So yeah, sorry, Chiller. I didn't mean to offend. I'm sorry. I also can't talk properly, but there we go.
For too long. And so then originally when he called me, when Floyd Wallace called me, he told me about what was going on, and I was kind of like out of it. You guys heard the phone call. But this is from Jason. All phone calls are subject to monitoring and recording. You have 15 minutes available for this call.
I didn't press that.
Hello?
Right, wait. So, I can put it on the normal video, which is here. So, where are we? 2:22. Because I'd like to be able to hear the phone call, I guess. Really. And sometimes I can't hear it. 2:22. That's that one.
Yo.
Nope.
What's going on?
No.
Then this morning, I believe, I put like a 38-hour day, and so my days and nights are all kind of messed up right now. So, sorry, I stayed awake for too long, and so then when...
I thought so, Ratty. So if he puts it up, he gets it all back, doesn't he? And then where does it go? Into his pocket then, I would assume. So, yeah.
Originally, when Floyd Wallace called me, he told me about what was going on, and I was kind of like out of it. You guys heard the phone call. But this is from Jason.
All phone calls are subject to monitoring and recording. You have 15 minutes available for this call.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, Jason. How you doing, buddy?
Man, it's Friday night, 3 weeks after being here.
So let me just start this again for Colin, who clips all the videos. Everybody, welcome to deletelaws.com. Thank you for coming to my channel. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button right down there, hit the like button, and then type down in the comment section OTV.
I've got no idea, Suba. To be honest, I haven't got a clue. I did say hi to you, didn't I? I'm so sorry if I didn't. There's two Sumis here as well, and I hope I said hi to you as well. I'm so sorry if I didn't. Hello.
Overturn Terry versus Ohio. As you know, we've helped Jason Dollarhide.
Every time he does that, I just, the cringe is so big. It's so, I can't put it in words.
Hear the recent phone call and listen to what's going on with him in the dungeon.
All phone calls are subject to monitoring and recording. You have 15 minutes available for this call.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
Shit, he's subtitled it for me. Excellent. That means I don't have to listen to his voice. Sorry. I'm sorry for going backwards and forwards. It's me.
Hello? Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, Jason, how you doing, buddy? Man, it's Friday night, 3 weeks after being here. So,
see how he can't get rid of that thing at the bottom? He can't get rid of his e-bag thing, which then covers the subtitle. So is that why he's had to make it small again? Because it was fine on a big screen. He just had to get rid of his little e-bagging thing. That's all for the duration of the call, Chiller. Weren't asking for much, was it? But your e-bagging is that hard that you just fucking can't, man. What the fuck? Oh, dear me. Oh, thank you. I can never remember who I say hi to sometimes. I've got a really bad memory, and it's not because I don't care about you or remember who you are or anything like that. But I look and I worry that I haven't said hi, even though I'm usually sure that I have, but I worry in case I haven't. So yeah, I like to make sure, which means I end up saying hi to a lot of you several times. But yeah, hi everybody.
Let me just start this again for Colin, who clips all the videos. Everybody, welcome to Delete Law. $1,000 for this family this past month. And now...
Why is he still in jail then? I thought if you've helped him, how come he's still in jail?
I had a recent phone call with him. I want you guys to hear the recent phone call and listen to what's going on with him in the dungeon. All phone calls are subject to monitoring and recording. You have 15 minutes available for this call. Hello? Hey, what's going on, man?
Oh, I completely accept that, El Vampiro, but I mean, you should see the shit that I watched during the day, so it's no wonder my fucking brain's gone.
Hey, Jason, how you doing, buddy? Man, it's Friday night. 3 weeks after being here, I finally got a blanket. Finally.
Okay.
So that was helpful to get warm. Last night I was threatened by a bunch of cops that I must stop making YouTube videos.
Bullshit.
And I told them, yeah, right. And they're so intrigued, trying to figure out how, what, where, when, and why. And I told them, you're the police, figure that shit.
Thank you, Sue. I appreciate that. This is ridiculous. It is. They finally got a blanket. Finally got a blanket. Yay! After 3 weeks, what a load of bullshit that is straight away. And then the police have basically threatened him. He better stop making YouTube videos. Well, he ain't making no YouTube videos at the moment, is he? He's in Nick. Hi, Enzo. How you doing? What do you want? Not you, Enzo. Granddaughter. Hey, what do you want? Hey? I was only messing. Tell everybody to like and subscribe.
I don't know what to say that.
Because I've decided you're now my promotion. I'm hiring you to do PR for me. I'll give you £1 a month.
Say hi first.
Go on then, you can say hi first.
Hi!
There we go. Now go on then, tell them.
What is it?
Like and subscribe to my nana.
Everyone, like and subscribe and share to my nanny.
There we go, you have been told by a child.
That's what I need to do.
We'll go. Have you picked a book? Oh. Have you got one in mind or are you choosing? Choosing. I bet it's a right tough decision, ain't it?
What?
I bet it's a really tough decision, isn't it?
What was this?
You got one? Alright, no, love you. Okay, yeah, it's alright, just leave it as it is. Thanks. And she's gone.
No. I mean, and then another guard came in and was like, he's like, how are you doing it? Like, you're police, figure it out. I mean, it's sad, dude. But, there's another thing going on here, man. There's a guy here with they pulled a tooth, and now it's like sealed over his jaw, and they're refusing to treat this man, Chili. Like, he's not signed. He's on a pending case. Man.
I've had mouth abscesses before, yeah, and you know when anybody that's experienced it, it hurts that much, and you just want the tooth ripping out. And I don't know about America or whatever, but with Mike's, I can't even say it in the UK because maybe it's not. It could just be my dentist. Maybe he's a bit sadistic or something. Let's be honest, yeah, all dentists are actually sadistic. So Anyway. He told me they can't just pull them out. They give you antibiotics basically to get rid of the infection, and then they'll deal with pulling it out or giving you a fill-in or whatever you need doing. There's something about if they pull it out, it sort of can make the infection spread more or something like that. I have no idea if that's even true. It could have just been shitty to tell him to shut me the fuck up. So I've got no idea. But yeah, I just thought I'd throw that in there. Hope you enjoyed it.
And then they're giving ibuprofen and ice pack and a heat pack now. For over 10 days, this man is not even eating. We tried giving him applesauce. I mean, it's so sad. What's his name?
Quick, make it up, quick, make it up, quick, Jason, you gotta be quicker than that. You're working with Chile. You gotta be able to lie on the spot, quick.
We're waiting on him to get up. Like right now, he's still asleep. But I told my wife and his cellmate, they asked me to see if we could run this on YouTube. And I said, dude, I'll talk to him, but yes, I'm sure. What's his name? Lord. His name is Chuck.
Oh.
What's his last name?
Berra. I bet it's Berra. If it's not Berra, it's Doe. And if it ain't Doe, it's Smith. Or Jones. You watch.
Charles Smith is his name. Charles. He's an app.
Shit, why didn't I say Smith first? I'm kind of gutted I didn't say Smith first, but I fucking said it, didn't I? I fucking said it. Oh, that's great. That's marvellous, honestly. You know, if it was the UK, his name wouldn't be Chuck, because, I mean, that ain't really a common name over here. We've got people called Charlie or Charles, but we don't go for Chuck. That's very American, that is. To us, anyway. But, like, my go-to name for everything is Dave.
Mine's Fred.
Yeah, my daughter's is Fred. Fred or Dave, they're the two names. You want to make up a person. The name's Fred, the name's Dave, that's it. The last name will always be Smith or Jones. Within reason. Or Green, that's quite a common last name as well, I suppose. And, you know what I mean? You don't go for anything too convoluted. Yes, dear, what?
Can't get in.
Don't worry about it. I told you you should leave the door open. Anyway, wow, what's up? Do you want to say hi?
Hi.
There we go.
Hey, you're doing
She's already said hi, or she said hi when she came in to get your book. So, be good. And, yeah, be good.
Only Ben said that.
Night, love ya. Oh no, Chuck is short for Charles. That's what I mean. But what I mean is that over here, if your name's Charles, or you'd be, if anything, you'd be called Charlie or possibly Chaz, which I do not like at all. But Chuck is not the normal shortening over here. That's what I meant. I bet you I say these wrong, Arto. I bet you I butcher it. Kohonen and Vertanen. Did I say them anywhere near right? Let me know. I think Chaz. I could be wrong. It might not be Chaz. Chaz Baz. Yeah, because right. You know what? I used to hate it in EastEnders. Everybody got their name. All the blokes sort of got the names shortened and just used the first letter of the name and then AZ at the end. And I can't believe I said Z. AZ at the end. So Barrett, it'd be Baz. Darren, it'd be Daz. Gareth, it's Gaz. Or Garrett, it's Gaz. Charlie, it'd be Chaz. Chaz and Dave. Yeah, I got it close enough. Thanks, Arto. I feel well good now. Honestly, I really, really do. That's made me feel great, considering I can barely pronounce English words. So, cool. In bed, my wife called me Justin. I take it as an insult. Oh, yeah, that's another... sorry, that's just... Because you said Justin, it just reminded me of a friend of mine whose name begins with J. But that's the other one as well. If it's not AZ, it will be EZ. Like... I know Jeremy, and he's called Jez, that kind of thing. So, yeah, we've got a thing about adding an EZ or AZ, but no Chuck. Not usually, anyway. I'm sure there is one somewhere in the UK, but I've not met one. I'm completely off topic, eh? Now, can anybody remember what we was listening to? Because I haven't got a clue, so we'll just have to remember as we listen.
Says tooth in his head, that can kill you.
Well, I'm telling you, they told the truth here. How long ago? A month ago, he got the tooth taken here, okay? And then he's been putting medical slip after medical slip after medical slip. And then, like,
Yes,
it's so infected now.
Hi, Colm, how you doing? If this is anywhere near a true story, obviously this geezer needs antibiotics. And I have no idea about American jails. I do, actually. I sort of, from the tiny bit of research, so to speak, that I've ever done, I get the impression that it's hit and miss. Some are actually really good. Others are actually really shit. And then there's some that, you know, they're okay. They'll do, maybe, that kind of thing. And so, you know what, there's every chance that that's the case this time, and they are neglecting this guy's health in a way, sort of thing. You know what I mean? Off? No. Good. It's all right. It looked like it had gone off. Right, good. If it's causing him all that problem, he needs antibiotics. And, I mean, that's, like, shouldn't be a difficult thing. It's not like he shouldn't have to be taken out of the prison for that or anything. It should just be something that's quite easily accessed in the jail, I would have thought. But, again, I don't know. But, yeah. So, yeah. And, Goff, I absolutely agree. His daughter's shirt should absolutely say, my dad is a fucking moron. So, yeah, bless her. It's kind of heartbreaking. It's like seeing with fucking Jeremiah and his wreck of a missus and their wreck of a life and their beautiful little girl. She was the victim in all of that. I've not even checked over at his channel for ages. I'm assuming it's still the same, ain't it? I need your help. Just this one last time. I promise it's just this one last time. I just need like $500-600 and that's as far as my Jeremiah impression goes, but yeah.
Yeah, lockjaw, bro. This dude 2 weeks ago was out here running around with us, playing cards. He had 8, 10 days, maybe 2 weeks.
Wow.
I mean, it's terrible, bro.
It sounds like it.
I mean, he stayed in his bed. I mean, he's not like that, man. Like I said, it's just been just slowly, and now it's getting worse.
Sorry to hear that. I'll put it out there.
Like,
See if we can help
they're
him.
bringing him like the not right, correct medicine. I mean, they're bringing him shit like STDs, and then they told him that no, we don't take you to the hospital from here. But what if you have a?
Why did he just mention STDs? What does he mean? Does he mean that they're bringing him medicine that can be used for STDs? I mean, because, you know, like, yes, antibiotics can be used for some STDs as well. But I have no idea for sure, by the way, because I am not a fucking doctor. But I sort of always had the impression that it's maybe a different type of antibiotic depending on the type of infection that you've got. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised so much that if, I don't know, like an antibiotic's got to be an antibiotic, ain't it? So one that could maybe cure you of your clap could maybe cure you of your mouth fucking abscess, maybe. Again, not a doctor, not a lawyer, I'm not a nothing really. I'm a bird who sits here and chat shit in my non-accent for a couple of hours. So, yeah, I don't know, but hey, poor Chuck Smith, eh? Bless him. Bless him, Chuck, that poor Chuck. Everybody needs to place a non-existent person called Chuck Smith, who is dying of a gum ache at the moment in jail. Violence, please.
Heart attack. Yeah, you're gonna take me to the hospital. So I was like, they asked me this morning. I was like, dude, I saw your sign on your door, bro. I was gonna ask if you wanted me to run it, because we'll do it. I know these people are running on YouTube, man, because this was just, it's beyond it. And then another guy walks out this morning, and you got to see his face.
So I got this text from Heather, Jason's wife, tonight when we were texting, and she's at 6 p.m.
Hi, Lucian. Thanks for checking in. Hey, maybe if you're not out for long, maybe I'll still be here when you get back, mate. But thank you for popping in.
She's
God, sorry, I was just started burping then just before I finished the sentence. I couldn't help it. It was not my fault. I'm so sorry. Oh, cool, yeah. Enjoy your quick trip into town. They're the best trips into town because town's just mayhem. So, yeah, cool. Have a good one, mate.
Jason said to let you know they finally took Chuck, the man that needed medical assistance, to the hospital today. So the guy who had the abscessed tooth, or his whole jaw had swollen up and he stopped eating, apparently the jailers finally took him to the hospital today. I don't know why you would tell people that we don't take people to the hospital when, if that's what they need.
He's got an abscess tooth on the upper side of his jaw, but he just...
Which is why another reason why I don't believe it. They're not going to say they don't take people to the hospital at all. That's not what they're going to have said. Maybe they say that they don't take people to the hospital for toothache, which is understandable. When it's your teeth, you see a dentist. And, you know, he said he had his tooth pulled a month ago or whatever, so I don't know then. But sure, I mean, I just don't know. Either way, there's certain things that you don't go to hospital for. That could be one of them. I don't know.
Got here. How long you been here, brother? Eric? How long you been here? He's been here 3 weeks. He's been to medical several times. And, dude, it's unreal, man. They're just don't give a f***, man.
Right, you're not going to tell us why he's been to medical, though, yeah? You're not going to tell... You know what, yeah? He could be a drug addict. I'm not saying he is. Maybe he's not. Probably not. I don't know. He could be a drug addict, though. He could be a heroin addict. And so he might really need to go to medical for some methadone and whatnot to stop him from rattling, basically, and etc. Even an alcoholic would need to do that as well. Just, I don't fucking know. Well, you could have fucking just, oh my days, man, you could just have so many different fucking things. So what if he's been medical loads of times? That ain't the fucking jail's fault. That's his fault for choosing to go to fucking medical or to claiming that there's a fucking medical problem. And you know what? If he now goes on to explain it all and everything, and I just basically went way too early, then oh well.
We finally got changed out After 3 weeks, man, we finally got our clothes changed.
Bullshit.
This morning.
God. Why is he lying, man? I bet. How you doing, love? I can't believe that. I can't believe that a jail would make the inmates stay in the same clothes, solid, for 3 weeks. Am I wrong? I could be wrong. And that, what was he saying the last time? Was it something about how they was only allowed a shower like once a week, or was it less than that? And that, and then he was whinging about how freezing cold it was, and all he got given was a blanket with loads of holes in it. But then in the next breath, he was whinging about how boiling hot it is and that there's no air conditioning. Just stay consistent, man.
We got razors after 3 weeks. So, I mean, dude, this place, it's unreal how. And then you gotta hear the bullshit excuses from these COs. We're short-handed. We're this and that. And when they pull up, they got 3 guards on a food tray, but they're short-handed. Why do they need 3 guys on one food tray? I mean, it's, I don't know, man.
I don't even know what that means. What does he mean by guards on food tray? What does that mean? Like, to me, a food tray is a tray that you're holding with food on it. And by the way, I'm not knocking it. Maybe that is how something is said. I have no idea. What does he mean by 3 guards on a food tray? Does he mean where the food is actually given out? I ain't got a clue. I ain't got a fucking clue.
So many politicians like dogs, dude. It's every jail in America. It's every single jail in America.
No, it's not. That's a barefaced lie. And also, Jason, to be perfectly honest, yeah, I would treat my dog better than I'd treat you. I'm just being honest. That's just you, though, just you. I would treat my dog. I haven't got one anymore. But if I did, I would treat it better than I would treat you.
It's not just that one. Right. I agree. The dungeon. That's why I call it the dungeon. No matter where you go, it's a dungeon. Right.
As somebody pointed out very recently, dungeons are underground, and my mother also called you a twat, Chili, for calling jails and prisons a dungeon, because you're a fucking idiot. And neither of you know, and I don't mean think or, reckon or whatever, yeah, neither of you actually know what all jails and prisons are like, because you have never been to them all. It's fucking America, for fuck's sake. I guarantee that I don't know anybody that's been to every prison in the UK. And it's the fucking UK, we're tiny. So just shut up.
You need to ask Heather. Me and her on the phone the other night. Dude, I had to call her back. I bet she's 40
Exactly, Colm. If you can't do the time, don't do the fucking crime.
times in not even an hour. Because they keep butting in and cutting our phone call off. And you know that's, it's costing money every time they do that. Yep. And I was getting so...
I am mean, yeah, because I don't know. I can't say whether that's true or false or whatever. I can't say whether any of this is true or false or whatever. I can have my opinion. And I'm just sort of actually thinking to myself that if that's true, that's fucking hilarious. So, yeah, I'm a bitch.
Frustrated, dude. I finally told her, I was like, baby, I'm sick of them hanging up on us. Like, this is so stupid.
I was hoping he was going to say, baby, I'm sick of them hanging up on boo. But he didn't. Well, let down.
And the more times you enter the number, you're wasting more battery on the tablet. If I'm laying up in my house. So the tablet goes dead quicker. Okay. You know what I'm saying, man? It's just, it's not right, man. What's the latest on your daughter? What's the latest on the lawyer or the bond? What have we decided to do?
I genuinely feel bad. I had actually forgotten that the daughter had been taken by, what do they call it? Is it DFS? The social services, basically. I'd forgotten about that. I don't feel bad that, it shouldn't have happened. I just feel bad that I'd forgotten about that happening. And, he beats his missus in front of around the child. The child is potentially witnessing domestic violence. In the UK, social services will take your kids off you for that. If you are going to keep on going back and backing up and staying with a bloke who's beating the shit out of you, you will lose your children. It's terrible, but it's understandable. So, I ain't going to say whether it's right or wrong in this case or whatever. I don't really like speaking on that. I mean, I did eventually with the whole Jeremiah thing, but I kind of... I was very emotional when I said what I said, and I still stand by it. So I know
that she was trying to find someone to get custody for Avery. The bond is that's August 9th, as far as I know. Heather told me a while ago that
Sorry, Garth, I'll try not to have any.
I got approved for court-appointed counsel on the new charges. Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you need that for? You've got Chiller. You don't need that. You don't need that, does it? Well, I finally fucking realised, yeah. You know all that, the late Lars, can you help us? All that bullshit off his missus. I knew it reminded me of something. And it reminded me of Star Wars with Princess Leia. What was it? Obi-Wan. What was it? Help us, you're... What does he say? I've fucking forgotten now. I remembered earlier what she says in that recorded message. Anyway, it really reminded me of that. And so I was even going to try and do it in the wonderful accent that I can pull off. But I'm taking the piss, by the way. But yeah, I've forgotten the words now. You'll have to tell me.
And the bond that they withdrew on from 19 and 21, I guess, they're just telling me I have to recommit because it's been so long. It's the only thing they said. So the state has been dragging their feet.
I remember, it's help us delete Lowe's, you're our only hope. That's the one, something like that, innit? Oops, wrong button. Work.
Now, on several of these cases, for one of them on 4 years, some of them on 2 years, another one on 2 years from the late thing, and, so the state's been dragging their feet so long, the bondsman finally withdrew when I got the new charges, that are absolutely ridiculous.
So I remembered, and then as soon as I remembered, you all then told me on the screen. So believe it or not, I wasn't cheating. I really did remember. Honest. I don't cheat, honest, but I did. I really remembered. But yeah, that's. I knew it reminded me of something, and that's what it was. Even though that's not what she says, but in my head, that's just all I could think of. But I couldn't think properly of it. I just knew that it reminded me of something, but couldn't remember what it reminded me of. That makes no sense. Oh well.
Right. So, what about Avery? In the event a third-party call is detected, your call will be terminated without warning.
Boom. Yeah, so none of that phones again. Remember when he was getting the two phones, one with Heather on it and one with him on it, and like he was smooching them together and shit, like, like you might do with your Barbie dolls or your action men or whatever when you're little. Nah. You'll get fucked over for that. I was like, maybe that's why I keep getting fucking hung up on, because I know what the fuck you're up to.
I'm holding off on that, man. That's, I guess I don't have a lawyer on that or something. Supposedly I thought I did, and I don't. So I'm just gonna hold off on that story, man. Well, it's not a story. It's like, did she find her mom or her sister to someone who could go in and say that they would take on 11 o'clock that morning, by 9 o'clock that night, she was with. She never was in the hands of these evil people for more than 6-7 hours, man. Okay, good. Yeah, that's okay. When I read that message that morning of what happened, bro, I sure got this place about to get flipped the fuck over. And you gotta keep your cool in there. I'm trying to tell you that, man. I know that's what they're trying to do to me, man. You gotta keep your cool at all times, Jason. They're not gonna break me on this, man. I got told Heather.
Fucking hell, man. You ain't Shawshank fucking Redemption and breaking you and all that crap. You're in fucking jail. Get over it. And again, don't do the fucking crime.
But she had the money out there. I told her I don't give a shit. If my mom goes $1 million, worry about getting our daughter safe. And she did. Yeah. So that's what that was. Trust me, that was the biggest kick in the teeth. Well, I know, dude. I know. I'm lost on that, man. Yeah. It's. I mean, for something that was never even investigated, and they come and take her like that, I'm lost. They can see our home that she is very well taken care of. So it's got nothing to do with it. They're doing it to hurt you, and we already know that. Huh? They're doing that to hurt you, and we already know it. I know. They're messing up your life just to hurt you. Yeah, I used to see the way it in court. This judge, I've been sitting there in orange, shackled. Anytime I said something, she was like, "You're excused." Yeah, I know I am, because this is bullshit. I'm not gonna sit here and listen to these lies. You gotta be calm in court. I know, but man, if you heard what I heard, I know it.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? What a good storyline. Somebody should make a film about it. And look at that. I got Chili in a perfect glasses thing. You don't do that as much anymore, does that? Cool. Yeah, Princess Leia was imprisoned on jumped up charges. It took Luke, Chili, Skywalker to rescue her. By the way, I tried typing it, but my thumbs are too fat or something. I don't know. They're really not, by the way. My hands are quite small. But anyway, the red thing, just in case nobody did know, that's a set of dog's bollocks. Just saying.
Let me bring my own paperwork that I had for defense of myself.
Hey, Punk, how you doing?
Let me bring it. And I'm pretty sure that's civil rights violations. The cops in there, they had 6 bailiffs before our little court thing was over. There was only 5 people in that courtroom. There was more cops than people. These Cleveland County sheriffs.
Oh, well, thank you, Hank, for becoming a fan of swearing. I've got to think up better names for my, what do we call it, especially that first 2, anyway. I really appreciate it, though, Hank. Thank you very much for Hank's Corner. I'm sorry, I'm calling you Hank because I'm lazy. But, yeah. Hi, thank you. Appreciate it. Make the most of the emojis. I think they're funny, At least I make myself laugh. That's what's important.
They're in there being a bunch of nosy, gossiping gals. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they want to get you. They don't like you put your finger in their eye, and they're mad at you.
Hi, Leanne, how you doing?
When they took us out of court, and as soon as I stepped outside, they're like threatening me and this and that. I told them, dude, I'll put your name at the top of the next federal lawsuit. They're like, get in line. Yeah, I'm already in line, buddy. You already know it. So that's just. And they're like, well, you're going back to the freezer storage. And when we got out the last gate, my ride was sitting there. He's like, get in on that side. I was like, I ain't getting in no freezer. That's what they call outside the courthouse, I guess they call it the freezer. Like, it's a stupid little, storage building with, a white wire cage inside of it. Like, you're like a big dog pen, dude. Right. They threw us in there, locked. In the event a third-party call is detected, your call will be terminated without the padlock through the little slide lock, dude. I mean, I've never been through that, so. But, and then these cops sitting in there just, dude, they're disgusting. It's crap that they sit there with that badge and the shit they talk about. It's absolutely gross, dude. I mean, Jason, I hope you hear what I'm saying to you. You have to change your persona a little bit when you're in the dungeon. Yeah. You can't, or you're gonna have. They can kill you, dude. You gotta.
Oh my fucking god! None of you are that important. I mean, you know what? Yeah, I'm just basing this on what I know from TV series and films, which are very true to life, and the internet. Because if it's on the internet, it's obviously true. The people that get killed in these things are of some importance. They are a threat to important people quite often. You're not important. Neither of you. I don't fucking know. Oh, you're seeing better days. Oh, I know how it feels, my love. To be perfectly honest, I think I have as well. But, we soldier on. I hope tomorrow is better, my love.
Well, it seems like you're being combative, so I can only tell you what I know. But you're in there. I'm just saying, when they're threatening me, it's
annoying, ain't it, Colin? That happens to me as well. And yeah, just go on. I don't know. What if you just go onto your settings and go onto the app and then disable notifications that way? Failing that, I'll find out after this and I'll message you and let you know. And I'll screen record and give you a. You remember when Chili, of course you can all remember. I'll never forget. You see, that's just so funny and that just reminded me of it. When Chili had to tell everybody how to find his community tab and shit like that. And I swear he did it over something else. What else did he do it over? Fuck. But yeah, there we go. And I'm really glad that you don't need to borrow my glasses, Con, because I literally have no idea where they are again.
The courthouse. You have to. Now's not the time to have the back and forth. Now's the time to just let them feel like they got you beat, and you get through it because everything happening to you is because of, inside that dungeon they have total control,
And if you are a scrappy little bastard right now, I mean, it just sounds like you're not really hearing what I'm telling you.
I just realised I think I've got the brightness on my phone still turned down. Yeah, have I? How fucking great I am. Oh, yeah. Leicester losing. Oh, no, they're winning. Cool.
But that's all right. You know, do whatever you're going to do.
I mean, I'm saying I'm trying to, stay to my thing, but I just see so many things going on.
I know you do it. He can't stop being a good guy long enough to worry about his own skin.
Fuck off.
I'm sure,
He's
Jason.
such a good guy. He's such a good guy. The guy that beats his missus. What an angel. Such a good guy. What a man.
Sure, dude. I know. But you gotta get out of there. You got a family. You gotta get out of there for your family. So
August 9th.
Oh, Leanne, that's awful. So, yeah, I can see why you're not having the greatest of days. Bless you. I'm sorry that that's all happening and happened. And I really am. All the best from me. And I wish you a speedy recovery. And poor cat. I hope the cat gets better soon as well. Hi, Vlad. How you doing, love? Oh, dear.
Man, that's my next court date. And this is, I put in for a bond reduction. We filed everything imaginable. I'm shooting.
Hey, Vlad, yeah, on the teller, your name says Vlad Impaler, but on this other phone that I've got, it says Lad Impaler. I'd love to know why it started doing that. It's been going on for a few months now, ain't it? And it's really weird. And when I first ever saw it, I started thinking that, at first I thought you'd changed your name for some bizarre reason to Lad Impaler, which would make no sense, but, people do it. And then I even thought to myself, is it like a soccer account or something of yours? And I was so confused, and I was confused for ages before I finally said something, and then you said to me that you don't know what happens, it just sometimes happens. It's so weird. So, yeah, how you doing, lad?
The stars, man.
I really hope you get
August
out.
9th at 2 o'clock. That's my next
So August 9th at 2 o'clock, that means his next hearing is on Wednesday at 2 o'clock for a bond reduction. His current bond is $240,000. We don't have enough money to get him out.
I about choked on my Guinness, and I didn't realise it was that much. That's awesome. But he's a totally innocent bloke, though, He doesn't need to be, he's got no reason to be in jail. He hasn't hurt anybody. There's no victim, apart from his missus and the fact that she's a victim, and that he hurt her. But yeah, totally wonderful, wonderful bloke. All he does is tries to support his family. That's all he does. Whilst laying hands on his missus and getting arrested and getting sent to jail and getting that ridiculous amount bond thing. Excuse me, burping again. It's the Guinness, it's not me, promise. Oh, me and you are in sync, innit, Cole? Don't get me wrong, I had to borrow the $5 for it, but yeah, happy days. That's it now, yeah. You're going to be lad now forever, Vlad. Soz.
Right now. So everybody hit your knees, throw up some prayers and some good thoughts for Jason Dollarhide that his bond gets reduced.
Shit, I wish I still had this picture thing. It's nothing special, by the way, but it's just basically both fans giving the finger, and one says thoughts on it and one says prayers on it. That's exactly what I would like to send to these people right now.
I'm going to drop the link for this video down in the chat right here if you guys are so inclined and you want to watch it.
What video?
I see the number 7. Put a 7 in the chat if you're praying for Chile.
Oh, fuck off. What video are you on about? Do you mean like that? Oh, I'm so confused. Right, let him finish.
And the movement. Thank you. I'll put a 7 in the chat with you. There you go. I put a 7 in the chat. There.
Please, 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 everybody. And if you remember, you can use the 69 in the emojis. Please put 69 or the equivalents in the chat if you are sending nothing but... Oh.
The link for the video right there if you guys want to watch this entire video. There's only a couple minutes of it left. But to be honest with you, I had this tooth pulled. I don't want to gross you guys out, but there's a hole in my tooth right there. I had that tooth pulled 3-4 days ago now. My mouth is just killing me right now. Thank you for the prayers. I mean, it's so nice.
That's where all the raised money went. Again, do you remember a while ago He raised a load of money, and then he had a dentist appointment conveniently right after it. Yeah. Weird, isn't it, how that correlates? Oh, raised some money. Dentist appointments, raised some money. Different car, raised some money. Some new clothes, raised some money. Got a haircut. But yeah, he's helping people.
You guys, thank you so much. I just mentioned put a 7 for prayer since the chat filled up with 7s. So
oh my
thank
god,
you.
it's so touching.
Quiet and humble.
Oh,
you know,
shut the fuck up. Right, I want to go onto YouTube to go into the description of this. Shit, am I even... Wait there. Give me a second. Oh, there I am. Okay. I wanted to see the description. I wanted to see... yes, I did play circus music at the beginning. It was all Goth's idea. It's not my fault. Yeah, I want to see what video is on about in the description, because clearly I'm just... My member... I have no idea what he said. I had no idea what video he was talking about. Let's find out. So that was that one.
Watching this next week.
No, why did I just go on that? I didn't even mean to go on that. That one. Nope. No. Nope. No. Nope. So he lied. He said he was putting it in the description. He lied. He lied to us. What a wanker. I feel hurt now. Can't believe he lied to us. Motherfucker. Right. Well, I'm going back to that. Oh, fuck. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do that. And I downloaded and changed the voice of his last night's one because, you know, why the fuck not? Again, though, I'm open to suggestions. If any of you got ideas of what you'd rather watch, let me know. And at the moment, I'm just going to skip through this a bit because I've got no idea what he talks about. That's actually a bit of a stupid thing to say, weren't it? Got no idea what he talks about. He talks about the same shit all the time. Oh, yeah, does that work? Oh, no, it only works then if I've got them. So it doesn't do like an all. It's alright, sorry, I just saw something and didn't know what it did. So if you see a button, you have to press it. Especially if it says CC on it, because like that's going to be subtitles. Wait a minute. You alright? Yeah. Sound like you hurt yourself. You okay? Yeah. Okay. You muppet child.
What's going on out there in the land of YouTube? What's going on, everybody? How is everybody? Good to see everybody tonight. What's going on with you? How are you? Got a couple things going on right now. It's Tuesday, August 8th, 2023. Welcome, everybody, to another rendition of the...
What are you shouting for? But that's one of my videos, though. I hate playing my videos. But, okay. You know what, I'll just play it now then, innit? She is doing, isn't she? Ain't she?
Sorry, I was going tower or the front. I have to choose. You can fix it though.
Joke about it all you want, I really don't care. And I know that everyone is given the chance. We ask if my hurts, what bulges out on my pants. And I know that wearing spikes is kind of gay. But the ladies seem to like it better that way. And I know that everyone is jealous of me. I'm not the cute lip, I'm a lady in the lovely face. Put on my costume, fly around all over the place. Now this is Googling, and it's because I take the case. And I'm this good, I'm so good, I'm a feel. Do we see us? We're to the moon, up in the sky. Let's go.
mean to press it again. That was fun. That was in response to him. Do you remember when he went in that police station? I can't even remember what town it was. He went in that police station and he was talking to a black police officer who was at the desk thing. And he told him that he is basically, that he's a superhero, is basically He-Man to people, or to the whole, to life, basically. So, yeah. Yeah, by the way, I only did this to the members because it's not very good. But, because I like you all, I'll show you. And this is how I spend my time when I'm bored shitless. Yeah, see, nice and simple. There we go. I was not on the chat at all, so I have no idea if anybody said anything. I'm so sorry. Where are we? There we are. All I have to look for is the Kinky Cuffs thumbnail, and I'll find it. Sorted. Right, and let's go back to that shit. So I couldn't even talk properly just then, let alone be open to suggestions, when I couldn't even say the word suggestions. The fuck is wrong with me?
Delete laws. My name is Chili DeCastro. I'm a constitutional law scholar.
It's not. Oh my days, and he's still saying that. I know that he's still saying it. We know that he is still saying it, but why is he still saying it? Because I will never forget, and I need to find it. But I'm, to be perfectly honest, yeah, I ain't committed to this shit enough. I really ain't. And that's why I fucking commend people when, like, you know what, Dickbag Patrol, for example, the amount of effort he's put into finding, I mean, that bit where he broke down all them, and it became loads of little screens of all the times that Chili's live streamed whilst driving, yeah. It's not all about, like with me, I mean, it's not all lack of effort. It is like lack of time as well, but it is massively lack of effort. Like I just can't be asked for that, doing that shit. That's why I think anybody that does do it is fucking awesome. But he said that he never gave himself that title. He said that he was trying to put together that poster thing of his, and he was working with some people that really were, I don't know, maybe they were lawyers, or they were qualified or experienced in a way that, you know, gave them some right to say certain shit. And apparently they were so impressed with his know-how and what he knew and what he said and what he did, that they said, wow, man, you're like a constitutional law scholar, and that's it. So he didn't give it himself. These people gave it him. It's been blatantly, repeatedly pointed out and proven why he is not a constitutional law scholar. So even if that stupid little story was true, which it isn't, obviously, but even if it was, now you know better, so stop calling it yourself. It's like fucking Kent Oven calling himself Dr. Dino. You ain't a fucking doctor of any sort. Your so-called doctorate, she says in massive fucking air quotes. God, goodness, is making me burp loads, which is really unusual. Sorry. You got it from a fucking, what they're called, diploma mill. A Christian diploma mill fucking shack in the middle of anywhere that you just basically send them somewhere and they'll send you a piece of paper saying, congratulations, you've just passed Facebook medical school or something like that. And that, you know, Dr. Dino. And he still calls it himself. Like this twat still calls himself a fucking constitutional law scholar. And I just said it the right way. That is what Chili is, a constitutional law scholar. You are an astronaut, delete to lols. Come on. I know you're trying to keep it secret, but I know the truth. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, that a little rant, but there we go.
Autodidactic, I learned.
He's what, you know what? Sorry. I need to turn speed back because it sounds like he's talking about absolute bullshit, and I need to know what it is. And I'm rubbish at rewinding on these. It opens up on one video player and it gives me the option to like back up 10 seconds, go forward 10 seconds. But this one, I ain't got a fucking clue. I'm so rubbish at rewinding. What if I play a background play? Show speed controls, that could work. So where are they then? Is that... I'm so muddled. So if I turn that off, right, let's see what's missing. No? Oh, that's it. Speed controls, sorry, I know what it was. Sorry, I know that's really childish of me, that stupid noise. I apologise. I need it where it just goes forward 10 seconds, goes backwards 10 seconds. It would actually be really freaking helpful. Hi, I have no idea how to say your name. Like, I ain't even gonna try it, so you have to tell me how. I'd rather how I do, mate. I'm talking into the wrong phone. Hi. You have to tell me how to say your name, and hi, I'd rather go. Oh my days. I think I might know what that is, actually. Are you alright? I didn't even notice his fucking face. Look at that. Oh my god, that's awesome. Oh, I'm so glad I started fucking about. Terry likes it either way, Goth. So, you know, sometimes that way, sometimes that way. Terry don't mind. Terry's sound. Ego some Nemo. Ego some Nemo. I'm just going to call you Ego then. That's it. It's wicked, isn't it, Kovar? Kovar, how are you doing? Oh, hi. Right. What? That face is fucking great. I need to, you know what? I'm just going to have to, you know what? Give me 1 second. I'm going to try and find it, try and do it. So I'm using a better video player because I have got a better one on my phone somewhere. So give me 1 moment, please. I promise I'll be back. Right, so we'll try this one and see if this is any better, but I bet you it ain't. Yay! Sorted. You know, one thing I'm concerned about, though, the audio quality. I did a video. Hi, Norfolk, how you doing, love? I did a video, which one is it? I don't know, I did last week, and it was the one that I was using for the live stream, but then this horrible noise started coming in, and so I had to fuck it off. And the only thing I can think that caused it was the voice changer, Malaka. And I forgot to check this, so we'll have to see how it goes. If it starts getting a bit screechier, then we might just have to watch it normal without the voice change, which I apologise in advance for. So, yeah, cool.
What's going on out there in the land of YouTube? What's going on, everybody? How is everybody? Good to see everybody tonight. What's going on with you? How are you? Got a couple of things going on.
Anybody that's just joined as well, we did just see the beginning of this, but then he started coming out with a right load of good stuff. So we're watching it again, and I finally found one where I can forward 10 seconds, backwards 10 seconds, instead of me trying to fucking do it by the bar, because, like I said, I've only got little hands, but apparently I've got like this fat finger syndrome where I haven't really got fat fingers, but they act like they're fat, so what can we do? And yes, Brother Cody is looking very old, which, as I said the other day, we should all give ourselves a round of applause and buy ourselves, you know, something nice, a few beers, maybe something nice to wear, whatever. As soon as you can afford it, treat yourself, even if it's just a fucking chocolate bar, because it is because of us that he has aged at least 20 years in less than 2 years. So yes, round of applause to everybody. You all deserve it.
Right now, it's Tuesday, August 8th, 2023. Welcome, everybody, to another...
Oh, my God. I'm sorry, yeah. I bet you lot already knew this. Of course you did. You lot clever. I've just realised what it is. So the reason that his glasses are doing this, like, thing with his green screen is because he uses that fucking stupid ring light, don't he? And he always has it on green, which I've always wondered about. Why does he have it on green? Other people don't. Wait there. Hands in the bum. Fucking kids. Alright. Yeah, anyway, so it's because it's ring light. He always has it on green, which I always wondered about. Because, I mean, she knackered it now, but my granddaughter had a ring light, and if we ever used it, we used it on the white light, and most people do, I think. So was he always using green? Because green can tone... Hi, Majestic, how you doing? Like, for example, green's good on red, isn't it? To cover it up. Any birds might know this, know a bit about makeup. I don't know much about makeup, by the way, but I know you can get green concealer for like red blemishes and whatnot. Maybe his face is actually always bright red, and that's why he uses a green fucking ring light. Yeah, exactly, Majestic, probably. So, yes, because he's using the green ring light, and like I say, I know that you lot already know this. It's me that's slow sometimes, and today's definitely one of those times. Shit, this ain't got a fucking thingy option, though, has it? Oh, I really like that as well. Now is it fuck? Oh well, so I'm going to have to do it the good old-fashioned way. Screenshot. Yeah, so he's using that green ring light, which is then reflecting in his glasses, and so that's why the green screen thing is then going on that. I can't believe I didn't realise in the first place. So if everybody can just humour me and pretend that we all just found out for the first time, I'll be really happy, and it'll make me feel so much better. We got another grift art name for public safety and official misconduct. His girlfriend, they grift an e-bag. Who's that? That's a name for public safety and official misconduct. Oh, I'll look them up. Unless you want it. Yeah, can you post the link, please? I'd really appreciate it.
Rendition of delete laws. My name is Chili DeCastro. I'm a constitutional law scholar. I am autodidactic. I learned 90% of what I know.
Isn't that like what don't Sheldon call it he says eidetic, innit? I could be wrong. I swear I've only heard the word a couple of times. But you know, people used to say photographic memory, and it's not, it's that. I thought it was you know what, anyway. Are you fucked, Chilla? Stop fucking lying, because if you were, why'd you get so much shit wrong? So much shit wrong. Seriously, like, it's embarrassing. So much shit wrong. It's ridiculous. And like, your whole trifold has been destroyed by actual lawyers. And you know what? Something Merb said, and I'll always remember this, and it's so right. Oh, thank you, Delete Lows, appreciate it. You don't argue law at the side of the road with the police officer. You argue it in court. So, you know, just take the ticket. Just, you know, cooperate, take the ticket, be on your way, and then fight it. You don't even know that, Chili. And that is the simplest thing to know. And you can't even know that. Just what's the point, eh?
About the law completely on my own by researching, watching online professors, studying.
Well, sorry, I have just backed it up 10 seconds because I wanted to hear the whole sentence that he says now.
I am autodidactic. I learned 90% of what I know about the law completely on my own by researching, watching online professors, studying case law to levels that should have been for law school. I've read so many Supreme Court cases, it's unbelievable. I did a deep dive study on Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
You've read Supreme Court cases and a lot. I actually accept, yeah, that you've probably read quite a lot. Yet you've understood hardly any, if not none. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know how last night I said that I watched Oppenheimer, yeah? I don't really say Oppenheimer. And I watched it and I really enjoyed it and whatnot. But it's one of them films that I definitely need to watch again. And I need to watch again with subtitles because I'm much better at taking things in as I read them and hear them, kind of thing. My hearing ain't the greatest. I'm really easily distracted. So if I could just concentrate on catching all that, and then I'd understand things a lot more. But I still wouldn't understand it all. But I would understand what he's getting at more. It won't make me, though, believe it or not, yeah? It won't make me, I can't even remember what he is. Was it a physics bloke? I've got no idea about it. Physics blows my mind. The whole fucking nuclear, the way nuclear shit works blows my mind. I have no idea. And as stupid as this might sound, the whole idea that big, massive fucking aeroplanes actually stay up in the sky just boggled my mind, but it didn't interest me that much to find out how. And I know that sounds stupid, but yeah. This was a while ago, don't get me wrong, but just if I'm not interested in something, then I don't necessarily retain it. But even if I am interested in something, it can take me where I need to be able to maybe hear and read and maybe go through it twice to maybe start to understand it. But even then, I'll then have to find out what certain things mean and whatnot. You know, like a normal person who is not qualified for the subject that they're listening to or learning about or talking about. Just... autodidactic. All right. Describes everyone who learns throughout their life by reading, doing, watching. What? Autodidactic? Yeah, isn't that how everybody learns then? Is that that's what you're getting at, isn't it? So that's what... What? That's so weird. Hi, Bright Anvil, how are you doing? I'm so confused. Is that what I don't know if I'm misunderstanding. So, Sally, is that what you're saying? That's basically what we all do. Because we do, don't we? We learn through our life from reading, doing, watching. And so basically Chili's saying that he's learnt shit the same way. Because the way what I thought he was saying was that word that basically sort of means photographic memory. Oh, it just means learning not in a school. Thank you. Silly, you mean? Well, fuck it, yeah, I'm going to say it. As most of you already know, I had my first child at 15. I didn't finish school. That's it. I knew it was something. Yeah. But I didn't finish school, and I am so not clever in so many ways. But there's certain things, if something interests me, I do tend to know a lot about it and end up really knowing a lot about it. I'm not fucking stupid, basically, but I can be. That's it. And I can admit that I can be fucking stupid. I know I sound like a blithering idiot as well on these live streams and whatnot. I don't even know if that's the right word either. But it's because I have anxiety when it comes to talking to people and so I just forget my words. My mind goes blank. I'd be rubbish on a game show. Absolutely rubbish. I swear to God. You know, if I went on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, guaranteed I would not get the £100 question. Not because I don't know it, but because my brain would not give it to me because I'd just be that. So yeah, so it's all your lot's fault. I can't handle the pressure, man.
For Anthony Scalia, the Warren Court, I've studied multiple Supreme Court justices, multiple Supreme Court personnel. Supreme Court justices is kind of a strange name. So anyway, welcome to Delete Laws. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. If you guys do me a favor, if you would, just real quick, hit the like button. Just take your finger. It's right down here at the bottom. It's this thumbs up thing. It looks like this. You'll probably hear me say this 4 or 5 times during this live cast. Hit the like button. Hit the thumbs up button. Just tap it. Just take your finger and tap, tappy. Tap on that like button if you would, please. How is everybody? Colin won't be with us tonight. Colin is Delete Laws Clips.
Oh, see, so yeah, so now I understand the whole autodidactic word thing that he said more. Thank you for that, Cole. That makes more sense now. Long Island audit got humiliated in City Hall in upstate New York because there was a signpost in City Hall. It says, everyone is... Oh, no, I saw that. I think I did. Was that on... Shit, where did I see that? I saw that today. Was it on Dummy Kruger? I was watching that one by Dummy Kruger today, just before I came on, actually, I think. And it was about that Afro Man audits and whatnot. And there was a bit, so yes, it wouldn't have been on that, would it? I don't know. But anyway, there was a bit where it was going on about our Afro dad, the dad of the dickhead. They're both dickheads, really, aren't they? Like father, like son. He got nipped for contempt, but ended up being... I don't know, being charged with harassment or something. And Tommy Kruger he didn't say them, he wrote them on the screen. You lot have probably already seen this. But they're fucking things that bloke had said. I mean, that's ridiculous. They're threats. They're blatant threats. They're not even veiled threats. It was quite ridiculous as far as I'm concerned. DMA's on a downward spiral too. Yeah. It's all good fun, isn't it?
What's going on, Cecile? Michael Dolan. I can't see. Lights in my face and my glasses are not on. Lenny, what's going on, Miss? And then if you guys would please, you guys are already ahead of me. So many of you guys are already doing it. So, Bo, thank you, Michelle.
Right, let's take a break from Chile for a minute then. We'll go and check out these new ones. We'll have a look at the latest video and see what's what. Shit, yeah, I'd have did that, wouldn't it? Give me a second. Sorry. Right, and I've got to turn it the right way. I can't handle it otherwise. I'm weird like that. Where's my watch later? There it is.
The cop was out there pumping gas, and I walked out there and I said, "Hey, bro, they're trying to get you to come in here. You're the first responder. There's a guy that's on the floor in here had a seizure." And the dude walked like he had a turd stuck in the mid up his ass. Yo, bruh, hey, officer, you coming? I think he had a seizure, man. That's fucking LMPD for you right there. Oh, man, I was supposed to be on my fucking lunch break right now. Hey, man, was it your lunch break or something? What's up? Is that why you were going so fucking slow to the emergency whenever I come up to get you?
See, look, straight away, yeah, straight as far as I'm concerned. And I swear like a fucker, you know I do. But I wouldn't swear in this situation. I don't swear when I'm doing the shopping. I don't swear when I'm taking the kids to school. I don't swear when I'm nipping around the fucking shop to get a drink or something. I don't swear when I'm out and about effing and blinding left, right and centre. I'll swear in general conversation. You know, like, even then it can sort of depend on the company. I can control it if I really, really want to, but, you know, when I'm talking to you lot, or I'm talking to my family, or I'm fucking talking to my husband, I don't have to, because it's me, so that's it. Hi Lisa, how you doing, love? Just, I might not be using the right word. Credibility comes to mind, though. Hi, Lemon Tart. No, I'm sure I didn't already say that. I feel really strange. I swear you've not been here long, have you, Lemon Tart? And if you have, and I said hi to you ages ago, I'm so sorry. There really is something wrong with my fucking head. Yeah, credibility comes to mind. And like I say, it might not be the right word. That as soon as you're sort of interacting, more or less, you're effing already. And that's just weird. And like, I'd never dream of it. I genuinely never, I can't even imagine doing this. Now, don't get me wrong. If I was having some fucking like drunken fucking scrap in town or something, and the police came and they're trying to pull us apart and all this, that, and the other, I probably would. I'd probably call them fucking cunts and the rest of it. But like, it's just, yeah, that's what it is, isn't it, Lemon Tart? See, look, I is psychic. Don't tell my husband though. Yeah, I just can't get me. Even if you're not happy, like you feel that this cop has let them down or something like that, then that's great. But then just talk like a normal human being. You can be annoyed. You can be angry without being vile, basically. So, how far did we get? We've got 46 seconds in. Wow, this could take a while.
You're walking like you had a... Man, if you're going to be a first responder, you need to respond. I bet if it was one of your family members that fell out, you that fucking long to walk up.
You can just tell already how beautifully, lovely and wonderful these people are going to be. Aren't we all excited? I certainly am. Exciting times. Oh, get on with it, man.
I think you had a seizure, man.
I've still got a shot of whiskey left. I'm quite surprised by this, by the way. I only bought a little bottle. I've got a shot of whiskey left from last night. So, I made down that soon. Just thought I'd share that with you all.
No, inside. Up there by the counter. He fell out on the counter. You go ahead. Just call me a message. Just call me Here comes GMS. Seizure in there, and the cop ain't like it wasn't nothing. Oh, Scott! No, the guy just fell out. We think he had a seizure. I know there ain't a whole hell of a lot to this, but did you see how fucking slow that cop moved? Did you see how slow that cop moved? Went over, they called 911 because the man had a seizure and fell out on the floor. Bumped his face on the counter and everything going down. We called 911. That was great. 911 responded pretty quickly. Within a few minutes, they're here. But the cop was out there pumping gas, and I walked out there and I said, "Hey, bro, they're trying to get you to come in here. You're the first responder. There's a guy that's on the floor in here that had a seizure." And the dude walked like he had a turd stuck in the mid shit up his ass. That's fucking
That's 3 times. I mean, we're like 4 minutes in, and that's 3 times I've heard that now. 3 times. It's just getting a bit ridiculous. We get it. We get it. And by the way, yeah, I'm not even like sticking up for this cop. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not sticking up for him. I ain't gonna fucking completely write him off either. No idea. As a first responder, and he's there, and I think of all of them, he didn't get the call, you dumbass, he walked fine. Yeah. Are all of them medically trained in some way, like first aider type thing, at least? That kind of thing. I'd sort of assume so. Comb, I was thinking, yeah, sorry, this is such a... Did you do that and save them especially for lemon tart? I bet you did. Because that's how lovely you are, look. I remember the first time I saw a universal remote control, I thought to myself, well, this changes everything. Ha! Oh, lemon tart, you need to bring up... Oh, come on, look. He's basically... He's trying to take you over as like the whole dad joke one, and that just can't be. You are the dad joke one. What's the difference between a cat and a comma? A cat has claws at the end of paws. A comma is a pause at the end of a clause. Oh, dear me. Yeah, back to this copper. When help is needed, he maybe should have looked a little bit more interested. He maybe should have... I don't know, you know what, though? I mean, you don't normally see them sprinting to situations either. But, you know, I don't know.
MPD for you right there. You know what? I'm going to go get his car number. We'll talk about this. How are they?
Well done. Well done. What an achievement. You've proven that you can read numbers. God, that was like, well, I thought I was going to completely just ruin it by trying to read it out, and I was quite surprised that I managed it.
This is why the Louisville community is upset. Now, I'm not saying that people aren't doing their job at this point, because here comes the emergency medical, the fire department responded. What I'm saying is, why did that cop not come running? The reason being is what, Tiff?
Maybe he just done a 12-hour shift, and maybe he just, like, you know, was hoping that he could fucking finish soon. Maybe he's been on shift for fucking absolute hours, and he was finally getting a break. And I'm sorry, yeah, but it's kind of the last thing that anybody would want. It doesn't make it okay. I'm not defending him. But what I'm saying, I sort of am, but what I'm saying is that you just don't know. It could be out, couldn't it? So, what's the advantage of it? Fucking, I don't know. But apparently his missus has got the answer, so let's see.
Tell them what the reason is that cop don't come running.
Because they don't give a fuck.
They don't care about the community here.
Wow. That was profound. That was amazing. What would he have done without her, eh? He'd have just been scratching his head for hours. And just, you know, that's amazing. It really is. No, I'm talking to people online, though. Shush. It's all right, I'm only joking. Well, I'm not. I am, but I'm only joking about telling you to shush. That's what I meant.
Louisville do not care about the community.
They only care about getting your money. That's all they care about.
They couldn't be more obvious about it. Right there. You know, I mean, he was walking so slow. He did not care. And then the first thing, look, now he's over getting his drink. He's like, oh, yeah, I don't want to fuck with all this today. Dick. That was one of those situations. It ain't my job. It ain't my job. Well, it is your job. If you're a cop, you're a first responder, period.
Yep.
It's your fucking job. And you don't fuck around and...
For that shit. If these like doing copyright strike malarkeys, I've got a couple of days till my first one's gone, so I ain't fucking with them at the moment. But I will bear them in mind. They are on my list. So, Add it to the other list.
What?
Latest taters.
I thought you said that I can't. Sorry. I don't know what it was all about.
I'm the first traveller to be an auditor. I try my best. Oh, that's making me feel bad for him. Why is he saying that?
Yeah, Nanda, that's what she does. Miss Gypsy, you loving her, guys? We need to get them watch hours on her channel, guys. They're picking up nicely, but she's got to the 10th of September to get 4,000, and then she can get the money that's in there, and she'll be monetised. Should be a monetised channel by then. She's lost a load of weight, if you can see, after her operation.
Yeah, that's great. What?
I can add you more. Do you want me to add you more? Or are you going to be good now?
Yeah, bare bones, email him here, yeah, mate?
Oh, my days. Wow, that's just great. That's some proper auditing. He's auditing his missus in the kitchen, I guess. You just dunk it. Shit, I closed that, not I? Shit, I might just close down the stream. I've done that before, you know. Like, you can close all the apps that are open on your phone. And I did it before where I closed all the apps. And obviously it closed YouTube, so therefore it ended my stream. Which was just great, because, you know, yay.
Thank you. Miss, thank you. Chevy, thank you. Type in the comment section, OTV.
Type in my chat thing that Chevy is a gimp. Or insert whatever other word you want to use. All are fine. Chevy is a what?
Which stands for Overturn Terry versus Ohio. Overturn Terry versus Ohio. If you don't know, Terry is a 1968 Supreme Court case where we get the term reasonable articulable suspicion. Reasonable articulable suspicion is a construct of institutional racism. Now, if you're white and you hate hearing that things are racist, not everything is racist. The Supreme Court throughout the history of time has been fundamentally racist. The laws created in our country were primarily created for blacks and big business. Marijuana is illegal with a combination of both to make sure that we prejudice Mexicans and at the same time we benefit big business. And now
why is marijuana illegal in the UK then? Like, seriously. If that's the only reason for marijuana being illegal kind of thing, then why is it illegal here?
and William Randolph Hearst, who worked with Harry Anslinger to make sure marijuana would be illegal with the 1937 Marijuana Tax Act, which was pushed through by Andrew Mellon, who was the Secretary of Treasury in 1937. He pushes that through in the first quarter of 1937. Andrew Mellon will die.
That's the problem with this law. I can't change the fucking speed. Oh, I can. Excellent. I want it on that one. That one. That one. That one. That one. We'll go for 3.
In the third quarter of 1937. So maybe you've heard of the Mellon Foundation. Has anybody ever heard of that before? Andrew Mellon Foundation. Have you ever heard of that before? If you've never heard of the Andrew Mellon Foundation, it is still a predominantly, how do I say this? It appears as though that the Mellon Foundation has some racial tendencies in it still, just from the things that they fund and the things that they're into. Ansel Adams is a new member.
Well, you would know, Chiller. I mean, you know, takes one to know one, innit? Apparently. I just realised that I basically just called myself. Yeah, anyway, yeah, Chili, you would know. Yeah. It will never get old, the fact that he says that he knows what it was like, or knew what it was like to be black from being in prison. Because he had to, oh my days, yeah, you all know.
Thank you for joining, Ansel. I appreciate it. Greg, what's going on? Greg, Bruce, how is everybody? What is going on? What's going on out there? What are you guys doing? So I want to show you guys something, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit. And there's a couple of things I want to talk about today. So let me open up my phone so I can see the comments, because sometimes on StreamYard, it's a little bit funky for me to be able to see what is going on StreamYard. There, that is. Okay, cool. I can see your comments. Nay. Watch me twist. Watch me nay. What is it? Dip nay. What was it? How's that song go? Demi, what is going on? How is everybody? Ryan, how are you? Reprehensible Reptile, I saw you in the comments today. Good to see you, my friend. Butch the Original. James, what is going on? Kinetic Customs and Racing. Mikey B, what is going on? Kevin Gordon. Edwin, what is going on? Ralph, Fernando. I'm just reading a few names here. Sean, Jeffrey, what is going on? Gloria, Work Pete, how are you? Eyes wide open. Watch me dip. Watch me nay. Watch me dip, watch me nay. So there's a couple things I'm going to cover here, and I'm going to do these in a specific order. So the first thing that I want to share with you guys, so where are we, 5 minutes in? Did everybody hit the like button, and did you type OTVO in the comment section? Doesn't matter if you're watching this next week, next month, or next year. I need you to put OTVO in the comment section. That lets me know that you're one of those people that understands that overturning Terry versus Ohio is it is the fundamental linchpin of tyranny. So many Supreme Court cases stem from Terry versus Ohio that
Are you conspiracy? How you doing, mate?
we have got to get rid of it. Terry has got to go. It has got to go. Terry allows cops to walk up to you and say, I'm suspicious of you. And once they're suspicious of you, they can detain you, which is an unreasonable...
Ever, at any point, that interested, oh yeah, that don't look good, in what he's saying, that you need me to slow it down, let me know. I've got to pause this a second. I'm back in a minute, I promise. Never mind. There we go.
Reported by oath or affirmation, particularly describing the place or persons to be searched or seized. So that is your Fourth Amendment right. So you have to know it like you know it, like you know it. Okay, cool. So we got a couple hundred people here. Let's jump right into this. So yesterday, I'm not sure if you guys saw
I like that one, lemon tart. That's fucking wicked.
this or not. Yesterday, the Washington Post, they put out an article where they covered First Amendment they covered First Amendment auditors. And so I saw the article come out, and let's take a look at that real fast. Let me see what you guys can see. Okay, cool. OTVO, gay, OTVO. Brian, OTVO, put it in there. Type in the chats. Fernando, OTVO.
Have I broke it? The telly's not moving. Wait that minute. I won't be fucking surprised. Oh no, it's working on the other one. Alright, never mind.
Bronco Nation, what is going on? Utah Cop Watch, OTVO. What is going on, Utah Cop Watch? Good to see you, brother. Okay, King Charles is here as well. Good to see you, King Charles. Good to see everybody today. So let's take a look at this. What this says right here is...
Which King Charles? First, second, or third? I'm genuinely interested. Because if it's the second, that'd be so cool. I really like him. I just do. If it was the first, that'd be pretty fucking gory. And if it was the third, then what the fuck, mate? Do what you fucking sort yourself out. But the third, he ain't right in the fucking head anyway. I mean, fuck's sake, he talks to his plants. And he believes in homeopathy. That, and yeah.
Cop watchers. And I'm going to open this big. You guys don't need to see me as I explain this. OTVO, Michael Dolan. OTVO, my friend Roger Lane. OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. So right here, it says... Cop watchers are now YouTube celebrities.
I've had enough of the blue, so the lights are off now, so I'm going to turn my camera on. You can just look at the ceiling for now. There we go.
It changed how police work. So there's a video here, and I think we should, it's 3 minutes and 52 seconds. I feel like we should watch a couple minutes of this. Let's check it.
Yeah, he's already getting the tape. Hilarious. Yeah, establish your crime scene.
So just so you guys know, Christopher Ruff on YouTube is Direct D. So Christopher Ruff, the gentleman...
Oh, we know who Direct D is, Chili, don't you worry.
Covering in this Washington Post article. They also cover a few other people. That's why we're going to go into this other people second. But Christopher Ruff is Direct D.
You fat boy, and then we'll do whatever you want.
YouTube has brought about this new generation of...
Is this the one when is that the video where he shines his torch at the police, and then when he's warned not to do it, he does it again, and then he gets arrested?
Cop watchers. I'm telling you right now, you're going to have to about crime scenes. Some of them call themselves First Amendment auditors.
Come on! Here, hold this. Come arrest me.
Be sort of a fly on the wall and bear witness and hold the police accountable.
Right here.
Which one?
This one right here or this one?
The story is about a new and very online generation of cop watchers who engage with members of the public.
I look like Medusa today. My hair's a right mess. It basically looks like snakes, so... But that's the best you're going.
And also public servants and mainly police officers, sometimes antagonistic ways, in order to sort of flex their First Amendment freedoms.
You're going to be viral, thank you.
The first organization that was dedicated specifically to cop watching, many people believe, is Berkeley Cop Watch in
I don't agree with that.
California. That organization was...
It may have been the first organization that was called Cop Watch, but there was a guy named Carlos Miller who started Photography is Not a Crime.
Dedicated to being a witness to police...
I swear, Chili, more or less nobody gives a shit what you think or say or etc.
Interactions in Berkeley.
He watches my videos.
So you'll see a lot of modern cop watchers and some of the most popular auditors and cop watchers on YouTube filming in ways that many people consider intrusive.
Hi, Princess. I'm not going to change. Yes, you were. So the baddest Sal is Philip Turner.
I left my only Guinness glass, yeah, literally did. I'm having to drink out of this plain one, it just ain't right.
Who famously has the 2017 case, Turner versus Driver.
I didn't say you committed a crime, but I have the legal right to detain you for further investigation.
And why does he have the legal right to detain him for further investigation? Because of Terry versus Ohio in 1968.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Hey, get off of me. Get off of me.
And then the conversation with that officer, the back and forth, is
the only time Long Island Audit has ever gone live, because he can't go live, is when he knew he was just going to walk in and get arrested.
Is sort of the draw of the video and the genre.
Staring at me like you're going to do something.
One of the more controversial auditors online is Christopher
I think it's like really old. Has Chili only just found out about it or something?
Ruff. He describes himself as a citizen
That's Direct D.
journalist, and his focus is on impoverished communities, where he believes gentrification is happening at a rapid rate, and the police are the tip of the spear of that effort. Christopher Ruff goes out at night, often with an entourage of folks, looking for police interactions, and he films them from up close until the police tell him to move back. And that
Lemon tart, yeah. I had to, sort of scrolled up because I wanted to know what everybody was talking about, kind of thing. And I had to read through that twice for my brain to catch up and to twig on what I was actually reading. That is actually a really good one. I like it.
almost always creates a conflict between him and the officer.
I thought the Washington Post reporter put it in good context here. He films them up close, which almost always causes a conflict with the officer. But what did the cops say to us for years? Terry versus Ohio is fine. We can stop you, detain you, and question you. If you're not doing anything wrong, then you have nothing to fear. Well, we can now apply that same rationale to these dirty, filthy, nasty pigs. If you don't have anything to fear, then why do you care if a camera's right now? If you're wearing a body camera, then the only thing you're afraid of is the person holding the camera. So you have...
That's not how it works, is it? Most of them aren't bothered about you recording. Absolute fucking idiot. Let's have a look. There we go. A little bit bigger. Just a little bit. It's a terrible angle as well. It's making my fucking everything look fat. Never mind. I'll get over it now. There we go. So, yeah. Most police, as far as I can tell, aren't actually bothered these days about you recording them. They just want to, you know, keep their back safe, basically. They want to make sure that you're not going to be in the way, or that you're not some fucking nutter who's going to suddenly pull out a weapon and attack them. You need to not inject yourself in the situation. It's just... But it's hard to... Covid's just said it perfectly. Hi, Miss Ellie, how you doing, love? But Covid's just said it perfectly. Big capital letters. So that means I can shout it. Oh, shit, I nearly fucked everything up. Go away. Fuck's sake. There we go. That is not what is happening, you twat. Exactly. Cova, this is why I love you. Oh, yeah, fucking hell, man, I'm getting all distracted and just forgetting. My grandkids are crying. Oh, and kids great. That's it, yeah. But like in the UK, I think, I don't know for certain, but I think that all of our police have body cameras now. Whereas in America, I mean, you have some police departments or sheriff departments and whatnot that still can't afford them, and that's fucked up as far as I'm concerned. I think that's really weird. They all should have them. They all need them. But the amount of, what we see the most is that when you have one of these idiots saying, "Oh, I'm recording you," and the cop will say, "Yeah, that's absolutely fine, sir. I'm recording you too." And it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Just you're making out like it's something it ain't, and that's just fucking stupid.
You're a pretty desperate person to want to do something as you're holding a camera.
So why are we doing it? Because it's obvious that the police do not know how to do their job correctly. It's outlined in policies, procedures, and law, very specific.
I think I should find my mask. Why is he hiding his fucking face, man? We all know what he looks like. What the fuck? Like I say, I think this is well old.
Over the course of over 100 years, they've been doing this.
Where's my mask?
Let's roll.
Well, it's longer than that. Since 1704, the South Carolina slave catchers were created. That was the first official police in America.
Christopher and his ilk inspired legislation last year in Arizona that sought to create a concrete distance from which folks could film police.
New state law announced it makes it illegal to record an officer within 8 feet.
The Reporters Committee for the Free Press sued, and the state's attorney declined to defend the constitutionality of that law. So it is not being enforced in Arizona at this time.
Right.
but there are a number of states that have written up similar legislation, some of which has passed, some of which is in debate right now, that seek to do many of the same things.
See? Now I look just like him. That's how I roll. Floyd Wallace, eat your heart out. Yeah, man.
Legislators were trying to do in Arizona.
Fucking sunglasses are steaming up. There we go.
8 feet is not okay. 8 feet is too far away. You can put 2 cops between the auditor and the camera, and then you can't watch them beat, rape, kill people. And we need to be able to walk right up on them.
I have to ask for a PIO officer.
Again, could be totally wrong, yeah? Has it ever been recorded on video, somebody, cops raping somebody? If it has, by the way, I have absolutely no idea. But if it has, please let me know. And don't get me wrong, I know it's happened. I know that there has been police officers that have raped people. There's been police officers that have murdered people. But I want to know, what I most want to know is that, is it caught on a camera? Is it like, you know what I mean? I know what I mean. I just can't put it into words properly.
I think understanding this new generation of cop watchers and First Amendment auditors gives us a window into how the American public's relationship has changed with policing.
We no longer trust police. The latest Gallup poll was 52% of people distrust police.
Years since George Floyd was killed, and really in the digital age where we've seen this explosion of...
Wait there, look, I'm missing good jokes apparently, and it's just not acceptable. That one's true. Wow, what was the funniest joke? See, look, I've got to find it now. Was it that one? The working at the job centre has to be a tense job, knowing that if you get fired, you still have to come in the next day, because that's actually fucking awesome. I hope it was that one. That's great. Love it.
Video that depicts what a police officer's job is like.
No. I'm sorry. Let me go back a couple of steps and listen to what he said again.
We've seen this explosion of video that depicts what a police officer's job is like.
No. So this is the part where I'm going to disagree with this reporter. We haven't got to see what the police officer's job.
No, oh my God, that poor reporter. Sorry, I've literally got balaclava over my a bandana even over my mouth. That poor reporter must be devastated. Chili's just disagreed with him. Oh my days, what's he gonna do? Right, is there an emoji that represents sending a load of emotional support to somebody? Because this reporter, he's going to need our emotional support right now. I guarantee he is still, no matter how old this is, he is still just sunk down in the corner of the shower crying like Ace Ventura style. He has been so damaged. So everybody, come on, just bring out your best emojis, then we can send them all to him, and he'll recover with our help. It's important.
Is like what we've got to see is that we live in a despotism state, that we live in a state of absolute tyranny.
Somebody tell Colm that it's only him and tell him to refresh, please, because I have not gone to buy booze. I am still here, and I'm assuming everybody else can hear me. So
this is not rule of law, that these cops are doing whatever the heck.
Yeah, it's because I fucking showed my face, look. That's what it is, Colm. It's because I showed my face, and your device, whatever it is, don't like it. So I'm devastated now and cover myself up again.
They want, and it's based on nothing other than them having all of the power autonomously given to them. The Supreme Court throughout the last 200 years has given our rights to the police. So we don't get to see what the police officer's life is like. We get to see up close and personal how these cops are lying, cheating, stealing, raping, killing, persecuting, prosecuting people in the streets. We saw that in my stop in Las Vegas that was called Intimidation Check. When I went to go film the coppers who had pulled someone over, they were...
That's fucking awful, Arto.
The guys, and they said that the cops...
Did you not see that? It just said it said that there's a connection problem. It says try again or end stream. So yeah, so if everybody got the the buffering circle of death, so to speak, I fixed it. Tad, oh, I've not seen you for a while. How are you doing, mate? I hope you're okay. And it is the peckerhead again. I'm sorry, but yeah, it started because I had to finish what we were talking about last night because I wanted to catch up on Jason Dollarhide. Then it's just basically because he's an absolute dickhead and he's easy to mock and laugh at. So, but yeah, it's really nice to see you, and I hope you're doing good, mate. You apparently just came just in time because Apparently, I was having internet issues. Give me a second. Again. I don't know why I was doing that. It's already fucking paused. God, I'm so daft, I swear. Put my Wi-Fi on as well. I suppose that might help. Maybe. You never know. And yes, hi. This is my face. Who was it? Was it you? Let me see. Somebody said it. Ah, that's it. It was Kovar who said it, yeah. And then I had it really, really tiny. Like that, look. But then I was getting paranoid because I couldn't see it well enough. So, and I don't want to see myself. I want to make sure that I don't look like a fucking idiot. Personally, I think I look best online like that. And I swear to God, yeah, I was talking to my granddaughters about it because I started watching videos by this young British lad, I think he's young, and he wears a white bandana, a black cap, and black sunglasses, which I've got all three of. And so I put them all on for my grandkids. I can't find the cat right now, but I put them all on for my grandkids. I say, hey, look, Nana, see, look, you're just like that big famous YouTuber who's not famous, but he's got like over 100,000 subscribers. So yeah, man, this is me.
Claimed that they made an illegal left-hand turn, and they attacked them like savage dogs. So this is the part where I disagree with the reporter. We don't get to see what the cop's life is like. We get to see what it's like to be an American. We get to see that these cops, and this is what I'm showing, and I think I don't know if a lot of other auditors are showing what I'm showing. I hope that some are. But what I point out a lot is that these filthy, nasty pigs are hiding on the side of the road. That's not their job. That's not the intention of police in America. The intention of police is...
It doesn't matter. It does not matter yet why the police were started or whatever other bullshit you were going to come out with. None of that matters. What matters is keeping society safe or as safe as possible. Nobody is ever going to be able to keep society 100% safe. It is not possible. It's like trying to keep your kids 100% safe. One day, it's, you know, you're going to have to let them go into the world, that kind of thing. It's not possible. But things like, you know, like his Nazi stops, you know, the DUI fucking checkpoint stop things, whatever the fuck they're called, right? They have caught drunk drivers. And now, yes, there is no victim yet, Chile. They've addressed this dangerous person and hopefully, at least for that night anyway, they've prevented a potential death. And maybe it'd be the kick up the arse to that person to not do it again. And that does happen. As in, you know, people really do learn. And then you've got him again, like, you know, when he goes on about domestic violence and the bloke's beating the shit out of his missus, and all you need to do is put a camera at him and they'll start, give him a stern talking to, not even a stern talking to, just give him a talking to, give him time to like breathe it out on a double-decker bus. And this bloke, he does not live in reality, and that's just
uphold our rights, to uphold us. So that's the part where the reporter just kind of gets caught in his own words, I guess you would say, but he's not correct.
As long as it's not me, Raymondo. How you doing? Hi, by the way. But it could be me. I'll just put my finger right in the way then. Where's the camera? There it is. It's like a chiller. Hey, everybody. Look, everybody. Thank you for being here. Now, take your finger and like. Like that, innit? Shit, I've just broke it. What did I just do? I just turned brightness down without even meaning to. That's so strange. How did I just do that? No, he ain't. I've broke it. What have I done? Quick panel right now. So what have I done? I'm so confused. I was only joking. Oh, right. Okay, so if I go like that. Oh, there we go.
There must be a line of people.
How weird was that? So that's my camera just there, yeah? And apparently going up turns the brightness up on the camera. Going down turns it down. And going that way, whoops, goes on something completely different. But yeah, that was so strange. And I have no idea where we were. Literally no idea. Obviously, it was just Chili chatting shit. So shall I just press play? Fuck it, let's just press play.
People who would say, oh, Copper Johnson has helped me so much. But no, when I ask the cops who they've helped the most, they don't have an answer. Because they don't help anybody. They're helping themselves to a $10,000 a month paycheck. They're helping themselves to getting out of income taxes in some states. They're helping themselves to being immune from being prosecuted of laws. They are sovereign citizens. You cops, if you want to know why people hate you, it's because
no, we need to know why that started.
Right to film these disgusting, nasty pigs, and the judge that sentenced him where he couldn't film police for 3 years in the city of Mesa. I hope he challenges that. I hope that he has the opportunity to sue that judge and to go after that judge for passing unconstitutional rulings on him. It's just total.
No, not at all, right? Because the way I look at it is that nobody, police included, should have to go to work each day and be subject to so much abuse. Now, obviously, yeah, there's the general abuse that your job probably entails. So, you know, being called a fucking wanker when you're nicking somebody and all this, that, and the other. But the fact that some twat can just stand there with a camera and call you every name under the sun and say the most vile things to you, and you're not allowed to react or do anything. By the way, perfect example, Glenn Serio, that racist shit to that cop in Linwood. I'm assuming you all know about that. If you don't, let me know, and we'll I'll show you. It ain't fucking right. Cops are human. They shouldn't have to. It's like doctors shouldn't have to put up with this kind of thing. Nobody should have to. And if you are repeatedly injecting yourself into a situation, for example, when you decide to pull over because you see somebody else on a traffic stop, and you decide to pull over and walk up to the traffic stop and completely, you know, take it off its rails, basically. You've interrupted it, you've injected yourself in it, you've distracted, you've just done all sorts. The cop now no longer feels safe because he's got somebody that he's got his back to. And, you know, he's trying to just deal with this ticket stop, whatever, same thing. And you are there, I don't know, just blagging all your fucking bullshit that you think you know about law, but you clearly don't know dick. If you repeatedly do that and you're repeatedly obstructing these police officers from doing their actual proper job, then damn right, you should not be allowed to do it at all. And I cannot, I cannot defend that decision any more than I just did. So, God, I'm very animated with my hands, aren't I? It's because I'm trying to cover up my face.
Complete crap. Absolute and total garbage. Auditor videos have led to disciplinary actions for hundreds of officers across the country.
Sorry, I thought I'd turned up the brightness back, but clearly I hadn't, so now I have. Hi.
I've gotten a couple fired myself, and a handful of cops have lost their jobs. More than a handful, lots. The interactions resulting in legal fights have found their way to federal appeals courts, which affirm the right of citizens to film police as the result of a lawsuit based by a Texas-based auditor. Sean Tyndall, the commissioner of the Mississippi Department of Public Safety, recently met with the staff to discuss several videos alleging police misconduct.
Thank you, Sue. Appreciate it.
Posted since last year by a Facebook watchdog group inspired and amplified by the auditor movement. 20 years ago, Tyndall said, similar complaints from citizens might not have been taken seriously. They're taken seriously today because of the camera. Without the camera, I'm thankful for some of these cases because it allows us to light the do's and don'ts.
Shut up, Chilla. Sorry, Tad, I've not been bloody looking at the chat enough. And so I just saw one thing, though, that you put about you transferring the pain to him, which I guarantee we all wish you could do. But that's just made me realise that you're you're in pain. I'm really sorry, mate. I hope today's a bad day pain wise, but I will get over it. Bless you. Thinking of you, mate. Sending you all the best, and you know, when you can, don't be a stranger and pop in and say hi. Let us know you're all okay, yeah? You have a 5cl bottle of bells and miniatures. Ah, bless you. In the past, I've sneered at buying them. When I went shop yesterday, Cole, I walked in. It's not a shop I normally go in. And so I walked in and went to where I could see the booze, yeah? And I'm looking, and it's all fucking like the half bottles and then the 70l bottles and all this and the other. And like, hey, where's the little bottles? Ain't got no small bottles. And apparently I'd walked, well, not apparently, I had walked right past them. And so when I, oh yeah, I want the so-and-so bottle, the bottle of so-and-so. And he went to get one of them little miniatures, like, no, the next one up. There we go. I felt dead rich and special for 5 seconds. But yeah, just thought I'd share once again. I wish my daughter nipped shop earlier, and she's the one who picked up my Guinness for me, and it cost like, let me have a look, I think the price on the box, £5.79 for 4 cans of Guinness. If I'd have known that, I'd have said basically, oh, I'll stick another fucking quid to it then, lend me another quid, I'll get a bottle of fucking whiskey. But we live and learn.
Light the do's and don'ts. Dumb shit cop. At the same time, he worries the videos have poisoned police interactions with members of the public who got their law degree on Facebook. Viral online confrontations.
Yeah, exactly. That is so true. At the same time, he worries the videos of poisoned police interactions with members of the public who got their law degree on Facebook. Viral online confrontations between auditors and police officers also are making it difficult for agencies to attract recruits, Tyndale said. I think a lot of folks watch these videos and say, I don't want to put myself in that situation. I could not agree more. Absolutely. Because it makes me quite, like, again, most of you, if not all of you, know about my flipping past indiscretions. Would that be the right word? No, would it for encounters? Maybe it's encounters. I don't fucking know. With police, yeah. And the one about my dad as well. And so, you know, I'm perfectly aware that coppers can be dickheads, etc., etc. If I not put my phone on Do Not Disturb, here's a second. I might not have done you. I'm really good at that. No, I have. No, I ain't. Where is it? Oh, there it is. No, I hadn't. God, man, it's a good job I didn't get no, like, sex texts and shit, innit? You'd have seen them all. Anyway, yeah, the amount of flipping people that they've decided that all cops are bad because, let's say the George Floyd thing and the Breonna Taylor thing, and those cops were bad. All cops aren't bad. But it seems that because people only ever... Oh, the only clips that go viral are clips of coppers being bad. You don't see clips go viral of coppers being good. And so they're the stories that you hear. They're the stories that you become more involved in. They're the stories that you know. And, yeah. So therefore, we've got a whole generation of people that hate police. They've never had an interaction with them in their lives, but they hate them because of what they're seeing on YouTube and TikTok and Facebook, etc., etc. I forgot to mention Twitter. Sorry, X. Whatever, man. Dear me, what's that? I like seeing you on the vid because I'm profoundly deaf and need the sign language. Is it helping then? Yeah. What they say? Thank you.
Between auditors and police officers also make it difficult for agencies to attract recruits. I think a lot of folks watch these videos and say, I don't want to put myself in that situation. To all the pigs watching, we're showing what you do. We're showing what you signed up for. You signed up for.
They didn't sign up for that though, did they? Majority of them signed up because they wanted to protect and serve and, you know, care for people, help people. You ask coppers why they signed up and it's like practically 9 times out of 10 they'll say to help people. And yeah, some of them, that's probably not the real reason, I suppose. I don't know. But they didn't sign up to be hated. They didn't sign up to be abused. They didn't sign up to be scared or stressed or depressed every day because of their work. They didn't sign up for that. You labelling all police as terrible, disgusting pigs is ridiculous, and it shows your maturity level, to be honest. If I, at 40 years old, which I have unfortunately been now since December, but before I was 40, I said the same fucking thing. If I, at this age, after what I've experienced personally, what I've seen family members experience and friends experience when it comes to interactions with the police, if I can sit there and say, yes, there are bad police, but they're not all bad, then why the fuck can't you, man? Just grow the fuck up. It's pathetic.
At Death Star, you signed up to.
And yes, that was pathetic with an F. Just saying.
Evil organization saying, I just want to help people. When I ask you filthy pigs, list who you've helped the most. They just can't. So here's a little gimme for all the other auditors who watch my channel. When a cop says to you, you say, hey, why are you doing this? Why did you sign up to do this? And they say, I signed up to help people. Then to ask them, who have you helped the most? There must be a line of people who would say, oh, Copper Johnson has helped me so much. But no, when I ask the cops who they've helped the most, they don't have an answer.
Just reminds me, sometimes I go flicking through YouTube shorts and, God, for some bizarre reason, it's like TikTok. You can end up doing it for fucking ages. Anyway, not a big fan of his music, right? But Lil Wayne, I'm assuming most of you have heard of him. I understand if you haven't. Anyway, he's got this, basically what happened, I think, oh shit, if I'm remembering correctly, he accidentally shot himself when he was 12, I think it was. The fuck am I wrist like? There they are. Cool. I think it was when he was about 12. He was only a little kid anyway. And the cops or whatever were called to the house, I don't know, for whatever reason. The police, bollocks, sorry, the police all, barreled in and basically stepped over him to go and secure the house or something, because maybe they thought somebody was there with a gun. I don't know all the details, by the way. Like I say, this is mostly from a YouTube short. He shot himself in the chest. There's this one cop, I can't remember his name now. It's something that, like Bob or something like that. He stopped and he went, got down on his knees to the little Wayne and, told him to stay with me, and started rendering first aid until the paramedics were there. And then he went with him in the ambulance and everything, visited him in the hospital and all sorts, and was just proper there. And Lil Wayne will say that bloke, he didn't just change my life, he saved my life, literally. And it's like years later, I don't know if it's once he was successful or something, Lil Wayne obviously, so, he got back in touch with them, or was always in touch. I think they were always in touch, actually. But this copper, I think he ended up losing a leg or something for whatever reason, unless he'd already lost it, I don't know. This is my storytelling technique, by the way. Yeah, and he got in touch with the copper or whatever, and says, oh, is there anything I can do for you? Because, you did this, that, and the other for me. And he was like, oh, mate, honestly, just give me a job. And there's more to it, I'm sure. And there's all this, that, and the other. But the point is, is that there's a copper who actually did something great and saved that little boy's life. Yeah. So, fuck you, Chili.
Because they don't help anybody. They're helping themselves to a $10,000 a month paycheck. They're helping themselves to getting out of income taxes in some states.
No.
They're helping themselves to...
Wait there, what did he just say? How much?
They don't have an answer. Because they don't help anybody. They're helping themselves to a $10,000 a month paycheck. They're helping...
$10,000 a month? What? I mean, bloody hell, America, yeah? I know you might have a few quid to you and whatnot, but 10 grand a month? That ain't true, is it? It's a load of bollocks. 10 grand a month. Does it? And I think he thinks that police work on commission as well. I mean, they don't, do they? I hope they don't. like the work on commission. Oh yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, you gave more tickets out for speeding, so therefore we're going to give you a 10 grand bonus this month, something like that. Oh my days, what the fuck, eh?
Themselves to getting out of...
By the way, yeah, I want to listen to it. I'm gonna wait until he finally stops and takes a breath, and then I'm gonna nip to the loo.
Income taxes in some states. They're helping themselves to being immune from being prosecuted of laws. They are sovereign citizens. You cops, if you want to know why...
He doesn't know what sovereign citizens are, then obviously.
People hate you, it's because of what you do. Not because we film you. We're filming you in what you do. It doesn't...
Why do people hate you then, Chili? Because, you know what? Wait, in the same regard, then you should take that. And I know, we know that he sits there and he does wonder, why do people hate me? Why isn't everybody loving me? Why have I got these trolls? Why are they winding me up? Why are they pretending this? Why are they doing that? He never sits back and and thinks about it and thinks, oh, maybe it's him, does he? Never. But the police are supposed to do that.
Poison the well for new recruits. Anybody who watches YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you can see right away, I would never sign up to do that. I would never sign up to put people in torture cuffs.
But you have already and repeatedly signed up to be a liar, to be a grifter, to be a sovereign citizen. So do not think you're special. You are not special at all.
couldn't even imagine it. As soon as someone tells me, like, I'm a wrestler, you know, I wrestled my entire life. When I would hold people down.
Oh, there's Logan Salmon in here. Sorry, missed you in the chat. Hello, how are you doing? What you say, Tad? That question cannot be answered. Yeah, absolutely. Not one little bit, can it? And now I was going to talk about is non-existent wrestling skills. I wish you'd get on with it, though. I really do need a wee.
Because that's what you do in wrestling. And they would say, oh, come on, man, let me up. I would let them up. I couldn't even imagine being a pig.
Oh, I'm going to have to keep it paused because I don't want to miss anything. So I'll be back in a minute, I promise. You're just going to have to stare at the ceiling for a minute. You might like it. I am bad. There's no fucking towel in the bathroom, so I have to dry my hands on my trousers. But there we go.
And there's no shortage of videos. Police agencies are desperate to hire, but they say few want the job. Yeah, it's an authoritarian garbage job. Why would I ever sign up this? Nebraska-based auditor Floyd Wallace also knows.
Why they would ever have wanted you? What? Like I'd ever sign up for this? Like, I mean, you know what? Yeah, he was dressing up in a fucking police uniform, pretending to be a cop, so long ago that he assumes that we don't all know about that or something. He wanted to be a cop, but because he's such a dickhead, he got rejected.
As News Now Omaha, who we bailed out of jail yesterday, recently posted a recording taken outside a sheriff's department in Jacksonville, Texas, in which police officers stop him and pat him down. And he's told, quit running your dumb mouth before they let him go. Once the recording went viral, the police department received hundreds of phone calls and emails, some of them threatening, which overloaded the communication apparatus that also fields 911 calls. Police Chief Joe.
What, and you think that's good? That's not good, is it? That means people potentially died and shit who couldn't get through to 911 because of you and your ilk's stupid fucking bullshit. Because that is never okay, ever. You may have an issue with somebody or a company or a police department or whatever. You then publishing the phone number and basically opening blatantly a lot of times, encouraging people to call them and give them shit is not okay. And it winds me up that they get away with it on YouTube. It really pisses me off.
Williams told the Washington Post, the officers' actions were lawful, he added, but some of what they said to Wallace may have violated department policy. Okay, so what they did was lawful according to the unconstitutional Terry versus Ohio. They detained, I'm going to show that video in a second. They detained Floyd Wallace, News Now Omaha, based on suspicion of nothing. No singular articulable fact of crime. Is
he talking about the most recent arrest? Sorry, I'm not the greatest at paying enough attention. If he is he going to show us a video of the most recent arrest? Because like earlier when I said that there wasn't one, I did not know that there was one. So let me know let me know, please. I appreciate it.
They detained Floyd Wallace, grabbed him, put their hands all over him, felt him up because they were just suspicious of a guy with cameras, a body cam on, a camera here. Are you cops just inherently stupid? When you guys mate, when you pigs mate and you have little piglets, do you just get the dumbest pig to mate with? You have a dumb pig kid? Like how?
You know what, yeah? And I can be a right fucking cunt. I can be a right fucking bitch and I can and that's it. But you know if he hooked up with a female fucking auditor and they started a family, do you know what I would never, do. By the way, yeah, I might slag off his missus. I might, if she's a twat as well. I'll call her a fucking twat. But you know what I wouldn't do? I won't fucking slag off that baby. I won't slag off that kid. But yeah, little piglets and all this, that and the other chiller. What a man. What a fucking man. Dickhead. Oh, do me. Shit. Go away. Today. Thank you.
Stupid are you pigs? Really? I mean, I hate to say it. How freaking stupid. I mean, and let me show you this. In a recent viral video, let me go back to the thing. Jacksonville, Texas.
Oh, absolutely, Tad. And I mean, it weren't even that long ago. It's been within these past couple of years that we've been watching him in that year that he said that he'd like to have kids one day. Fucking hell, man. You're calling it a bit fine, and now don't get me wrong. I know blokes can have children like, I mean, Charlie Chaplin was in his 70s, I think it was, when his youngest was born. And I know that, you know, blokes are pretty much fertile till the day that they die. But that doesn't mean you should still have kids until the day that you die, does it? I mean, most people, you have kids, you want to be there for those kids, you know, maybe see those kids grow up, that kind of thing. So, you know, give it up, kid, give it up.
So let me just help you out here. When Floyd Wallace, I'm going to show the video in a second. When Floyd Wallace was in Jacksonville, Texas, he was just filming. The cops surrounded him and grabbed him. And he said, "You're detaining me. You're supposed to have reasonable articulable suspicion." Terry versus Ohio, 1968.
It's because he's a cunt. There you go.
Which is unconstitutional on its face. But it was pushed through by a racist Supreme Court, the Warren Court. And then what did they do? They said the cops can grab you. So it's unconstitutional for cops to grab you. I read the Fourth Amendment earlier to you. I said it out loud. The right of the people to be secure in their person, houses, and papers effects against unreasonable...
The racist says it's racist, so it must be racist. That's about it, isn't it? That's the gist.
...searches and seizures. You can't just grab someone and say, "You're detained because I'm suspicious of you." That's an unreasonable seizure.
Watch me now.
And then they searched him, which was an unreasonable search. Terry versus Ohio is the linchpin of tyranny in our United States of America, and it's got to go.
It's got to
The actions officers were lawful according to Terry. When you encounter someone with a GoPro on their chest, you need to realize something's up, Williams said. We took the bait. It's demoralizing. It's a gut punch. I think we all have a sense of embarrassment. Good. Because I hope you pigs are so embarrassed you quit being a pig. It takes a person to sign up to do that piggy job. If you're a pig, retire now. I will not give you respect in person. I will destroy you with my knowledge. I will break you down to...
Yeah, it will totally destroy them. He won't beg them to leave him alone or beg them to unarrest him and stuff like that. He will destroy them. Because you know what he'll do? He'll sue you. Then what you going to do? Hey, what you going to do? One moment. Okay.
Zero right in front of me. I will watch you burn right in front of me as I'm lambasting you with knowledge that you don't know because you're a stupid pig. Sorry, I have no respect for cops. Zero. I'm talking none. I think they're freaking pigs. I know they're pigs. I know for a fact they're pigs. I don't respect any of them. Not a single one of them. They're all in it together and you're not on their team. Tactical decisions. Some auditors record police traffic stop patrols or arrests. Others videotape from inside police stations, lobbies, post offices, and city halls, or from public areas outside military bases, prisons.
I have no idea, Colin. I don't know. I wonder what that would have just popped in your head. No idea, mate. No idea.
And private businesses. Sean Paul Reyes, arguably YouTube's most popular auditor. No. Sean Paul Reyes, you are a beta male. You are an armed robber who put 3 years in prison. Sean Paul Reyes went on a troll channel to call me a grifter when all I do is help people and give away my trifold in the thousands every month. Sean Paul Reyes is not the most popular auditor. He's from the biggest metropolis, but he's not the most popular and he's not the...
Oh, I think Chili's feelings are hurt because the article didn't say he was the one. Oh. There can be only one Chiller, and it ain't you. What can you do, eh?
Artist, and he's a coward. He can't go live. Sean Paul Reyes, Long Island Audits, when you're ready to apologize.
I can go live. Look how hard I am. I'm not a coward. Look, I'm live. Nah. There we go. Oh, speaking of which, I've been contacted by an auditor recently, and hopefully it will develop into something about something. So I will keep you posted.
For calling me a grifter. Until then, bro, you and I are not cool. I think you're a chump, dude. I back up what you're doing, but I think you're a chump. You went on a troll channel to sit there for 40 minutes to call me a grifter. How many people do you give free?
You're a fucking grifter, that's why. You know what, yeah, like, I don't know how many people are there. So just over 20 people here. We all think that you're a grifter. When it's Irish Demons channel, Team Skeptic channel, you know what I mean? He's got nearly 100,000 subscribers. If he's not at that point yet, it's definitely nearly going to any day kind of thing. That's thousands of people in there think that you're a grifter. On Kate's channel, thousands think that you're a grifter. What's the common thing about all them channels that I just mentioned? From mine, who's tiny, to Team Skeptics, that's huge in comparison. The common thing is that we all think Chili's a grifter. It must be a fucking grifter. Wow. Who'd have thunk it, eh? Who'd have fucking thunk it?
Products too. How many people do you help? Sean Paul Reyes is not the most popular. Sean Paul Reyes can't go live ever. He can't do it because you'll see what a
This is so funny how hurt he is. Ain't this funny that how hurt he is that whatever has said that Long Island Audits is the biggest frauditor. That's so funny. He is so hurt. Because he was doing that whole one, really, where he was gonna. It came onto YouTube after all of these other channels had been auditing for years, like Josh Abrams, for example, Lackluster, fucking what's his face, James Freeman, except you know what I mean. There's three. I don't know whether they necessarily always did their own audits. Like Lackluster covers other people's videos, but fine, whatever. He's got a big following. So's James Freeman, and so's Josh Abrams. To be honest, I'm about to call him Abrams. And they were there for years. And then all of a sudden, this middle-aged fucking bloke who does that with his fucking finger when I'm fucking English. I don't do that. Let me see if I can. There you go. There you go. It's up. And then constantly like that with it. Oh, do you know what I mean? And who knows nothing, literally nothing, thinks that he can come over to YouTube and start educating them. And wonders why eventually they all fell out. Just, what? He thought he was going to be the one that brought them all together and led them all. That's what's embarrassing as well. That he really, fuck it, talk about arrogance. And that's just ridiculous. How can your head be that far up your own arse? Well, it's chilly though, isn't it? I always ask these questions, don't I, that I already know the answer to. And the answer always is, it's chilly though, isn't it? There was something else. He said something once. What did he say? I'm going to burp. Excuse me. Excuse me. I can't fucking think. I'll remember eventually. If not today, then another day.
Coward he actually is. Sorry, Sean. You're a coward, bro. And Sean Paul Reyes put a gun to someone's head. He put a knife to someone's head. I don't know what he did exactly. He got arrested for...
So did you, apparently. Remember, you came diving out of the shower, butt naked, and got your gun and pointed it at that poor maintenance man. I remember that story. Do you not remember that story? Can't just be me.
Armed robbery and did 3 years in prison. I'm glad you turned your life around, Sean, but you're not going to call me names and have me just go, oh, yay for Sean Paul Reyes. I think you're a chump, bro. I think you're a chump.
He's so butthurt. Oh, bless him. Oh. Violins are definitely needed now, please, people. We need violins. I'm trying to get this, so it's not on an angle. Because I don't want it looking up at me like that, because it makes me look fucking awful. I'm not vain, by the way, I really ain't. I'm 40 years old. I've had fucking 100 kids. I'm past that point. But I don't want to look like a complete dickhead. So, yeah. See, look, I just can't get it right. I'm just watching myself now. Yeah, it's fucking horrendous. Never mind. I give it up. Yeah. Anyway, you did that, didn't you? Bollocks naked. Gun out. Pointed it straight at that maintenance man. shaking because he was so terrified. Because remember that old Kate always wins movement was happening, and oh my days, and they stole his car and they gave him high knee pressure, and oh my God. So yeah.
I'm glad what you're doing. I back you up. I back up freedom. But Sean Paul Reyes is not the most popular auditor. Sean Paul Reyes, you can't do what I can do. You can't. You're not even on my level, bro. Go edit all your shit and come back. For Sean Paul Reyes, a YouTube auditor, turned his camera on at Suffolk County, New York Police Headquarters for the first time in 2021.
It's Suffolk. Just saying.
Bored and frustrated. There it is, right there. There it is. No principle, just bored and frustrated. There it is, right there. That's how you get this guy. He's bored and frustrated. Never had a mission to begin with, just was bored. As Reyes aimed his camera at a vehicle in the parking lot, 3 men in plainclothes surrounded him, demanding to know what his purpose was and see his identification. His recording, the encounter, has been viewed more than 400,000 times on YouTube. 2 weeks later, Reyes was a full-time auditor, posting videos of police under the handle of Long Island Audit. Reyes was convicted of attempted armed robbery in 2013 and served 3 years in prison, and has racked up 141 million views on YouTube, collecting an online following that swamps police stations and town halls with angry phone calls when he is arrested. He recently filed a suit after being arrested and filming in an NYPD police station. His chief motive, he said, is serving the public. Sean, I'm sorry, bro. You had no mission. You're an ex-con who couldn't get a job. And so you started filming cops, but you don't even understand constitutional law. I would have to explain to you Terry versus Ohio. It's just a fact. I'm sorry. How many cops out there know our rights better than what we're doing, said Sean Paul. We have a video of Derek Chauvin killing.
You know what, yeah? I've not seen Charlie for ages. That's not going to work. I'm trying to make it, so I don't have to be so subconscious about my face. And I was looking for my cat, but I can't find him. I've got two as well, and I can't find either. I give up. But anyway, I have not seen Charlie for ages, but I don't watch all of Chili's live streams, to be fair. And it's a case when I set up doing a live stream of my own, I then look for material, and I genuinely do. That's what I do. And if I'm lazy, I look on Chili's channel and go from there. But yeah, not seen Charlie for a bit. But also, not seen Chili live streaming whilst driving for a bit, which, and I am inclined to agree, is all down to Dickbag Patrol, which everybody should be subscribed to. If you're not, what the fuck's wrong with you? Seriously? I mean, honestly, it's one of the... I don't mean to keep going on, because I went on last night, but I meant every word of it. Is like the quality of it, it actually completely puts me to shame. I've been making videos for like over a year now, and I am crap. The whole AI Chili thing that he did, I have no idea how you do that. No idea. I haven't got a fucking clue. He did that. That was fucking awesome. And already he's been on the scene doing videos sort of thing for 5 minutes, and Chili's already threatening to sue him. You know you've done something right when that happens. This is how I know that I've not succeeded, because Chili ain't never threatened to sue me. Well, he's threatened it, but he's never done it. Oh, no. I mean, he sort of threatened it, but he never properly threatened it, is what I'm getting at. And I saw what he said about Blue Bacon, his fundraiser being successful and whatnot. I saw Merb's video earlier today, excuse me, about Chili thinks he's got a win because the whole California case, Malarkey, and because Kate's defaulted or something. I'd completely forgotten that was even a thing. I really had, because he had the Massachusetts one going on, and I look like the little bastard, do I? Okay, I'll keep it off. Yeah, there was the Massachusetts thing. That's finished now, isn't it? Or is that still? I'm sure I get so he does that many lawsuits. Who the fuck can keep up? I can't. And so, yeah, I'd completely forgotten that he was going to, or had filed in California. I knew he'd said that he was going to, but I mean, I couldn't remember that he actually had. And for whatever reason, Kate hasn't responded or something within the 30-day time from when she was served. And so he's classing it as a win now because Kate's defaulted. But from what Merv said, I'm not going to be any good at explaining this. You know what? Let me just nip onto YouTube. I'd rather do that and maybe listen to Merv talk about it, because it would be a lot better than me trying to talk about it. Shit, close YouTube. What knob? God, I'm such a twat. Right, let's have a look. You can go away. Turn. Thank you.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I've had multiple comments in my comment section and on Discord about the default that Kate is in the lawsuit in California. Apparently, he's saying that he's won. He is.
Yeah, I've made it a bit faster and whatnot. So, you know, because I don't know whether I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people aren't big fans of Merv, and I get it. It can be quite abrasive, to say the least. But that's why I actually like him, because he's down to earth and to the point. He's also, though, an actual educated, qualified, past the bar lawyer in California. So, you know what I mean? I would think that he knows more than what Chili ever will know. So
Not won yet against Kate. It is procedurally a better position for him to be in against Kate than if he did not have a default, but he does not have a judgment. A judgment is a win. The procedure goes like this. When you, pretty much in any court in the United States, every court that I'm aware of, in a civil action, there is a summons and a...
Yes, Goff, that's how I've took it as well. And if any of you remember, which I'm assuming you all do, especially because my memory's so shit, the one in Ironton, which I think that is over now, isn't it? That's dismissed and that now, I think, if I'm right. But he defaulted. I'm sure it was the Ironton one that he defaulted by he'd not responded in time, and he was given extra time. It didn't become a default judgment. So yes, I mean, I don't think all hope is lost, but listen to Merv, he knows what he's on about. And on the plus side, I don't think he'll copyright strike me or anything, because he don't give a shit about stuff like that. I mean, his channel's not even monetized, bless him. So
complaint, the issue, when you file your lawsuit, you've generally speaking prepared your complaint. The clerk will issue a summons, and the summons will generally tell the person who is getting served, the defendant, how long they have to file and serve their answer to the complaint. Let's just say it's 30 days, right? So if a proof of service is filed by the plaintiff that says, I have served the summons and the complaint on the defendant.
Where's that from? I have served, therefore I... What the fuck? I have served, I don't know.
Then the 30-day clock starts ticking from the date of service. Not the date the proof of service was filed, but from the date of service. After that period of time passes, in our example, 30 days, then if there is no answer that has been filed or served, then the plaintiff can file what's called a request for default. California has forms that you could use. You could also do pleading paper things. Pleading paper, it's going to depend on your state or the jurisdiction that you're in. And what the request for default does is it says to the clerk, hi clerk, I have filed a proof of service showing that I have served the summons and complaint.
Didn't notice that.
The statutory period is passed. There's no answer filed. The clerk would know if there was an answer filed. And so I want you to issue what's called a default. It's not a judgment, it's a default. What happens then is the clerk will look, there's a proof of service, there's no answer filed. Okay, I'm issuing the default. What the default says is that the defendant cannot answer at this point. No answer, can't answer.
Oh,
so it's just going to be a one-sided law.
That sucks. I can't believe I didn't notice that one up. You know what? I ain't going to dwell on it. Never mind.
To basically at this point where the plaintiff gets to make the plaintiff's case to the court and the defendant can't answer. So.
No, it wasn't supposed to be there. That's what I'm bothered about. I didn't realise it had happened. So, you know what? I don't know. I'll either just deal with it or delete it.
What happens next is the plaintiff will generally seek a default judgment. It's a judgment that follows a default. What makes it different than any other judgment? It just follows a default. You could just call it a judgment. Most people refer to it as a default judgment to indicate that it issued after a one-sided trial of some sort or hearing of some sort, as opposed to a contested trial. That's it. That's it.
By the way, it's my daughter's telly and whatnot, so it's not necessarily that thingy, but you know, it's somebody who's here a lot.
So most people hear default and they think default judgment. Chili's probably thinking that he's won, but he hasn't won yet. Sometimes, like in California, you can ask for on the same form, a judicial council form, you can ask for a default, entry of default, and a court's judgment or a clerk's judgment on the same form. Now, because you've asked for them on the same form doesn't mean you're going to get it on the same form. The clerk can issue the default and deny the default judgment that the clerk requested, or the court can deny the default judgment requested if you're asking for a court's judgment. So on the form, you're asking to issue a default. That stops the ability of the defendant to answer the complaint, and you're asking for the judgment. That's the win. So what Chili's next step is he has to get a judgment against Kate. Now in California, generally speaking, if you have does, John Doe's, unnamed parties as defendants, you can't get a default judgment until you dismiss those does. Because those guys aren't named.
She'll cry. So I've let them come into my room and she's still fucking crying about everything.
Ain't kids great?
Getting your judgment, and you've got.
I know. Yeah, kids are great.
You've got to basically clear the board. You've got to say, okay, I've got everybody. I've got all my liability. I figured it all out. It's this people. It's these people. So generally speaking.
Sorry, right, give us a second, please. Yep, 8 kids great. My daughter, bless her, she's got to get up at like fucking 5 in the morning for work. And the kids are just being little shits. And like one earlier wouldn't eat the dinner. So now she's starving. You got fucking given dinner. Eat your fucking dinner. So yeah. Happy days, eh?
Maybe it's local rules. I don't know. But every place I filed for a default judgment, I've had to file a request for dismissal against the does in the complaint.
We've still got like the kids don't go back till the 29th. So I mean almost 3 weeks. I think our summer break starts later than yours though. So yeah, we're halfway there.
Next thing is if you're seeking joint and several liability, i.e. each party or each defendant is liable in whole or in part for your damages, then you can't get piecemeal judgments against them. They can't even settle without the other party, without the other defendant saying, okay, we're good. Because the other defendants might be able to recoup some of the, well, let's say, for example, that you and me and Chili DeCastro, for example, are in a traffic accident. Chili's stops at a stoplight. I stop right behind him. And then you hit me so hard that I go forward and I hit Chili, right? So it's a 3-car pileup. Now, Chili can sue me, he can sue you, and he could ask for us to be joint and severally liable. That's usually, in my experience, the kind of default. He said...
Chili just throws in the does, don't he? Because then... The does don't he sounded well weird. But he just throws in the does. So that he's got like... It's like placeholders. In fact, yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what it is. It's like placeholders. So I'm going to throw in... It's like the Vegas PD one. One at 50 does, I think it is. And so throw in 50 does, then I can start thinking of other people to sue within the same sort of system, scenario, whatever. And then, and if you don't quite make 50, you can just dismiss a few. You can just, lower the number. Okay, it's just 10 does. But at the moment, I'm going to start with 50 because maybe I can sue 50. And I think that's so disingenuous, I think that the downside is that it does the start of the lawsuit starts with a name, with a person. I need to check my battery now, wait there. Oh yeah, we're good. I think though, even though he starts with a name, once somebody's ridiculous enough to add like 50 does, then at that point it should be not necessarily completely dismissed, but like at least just pause for a second, for a minute, for a week, 2 months, years, whatever, whilst you determine and gather up who you are actually suing. It's no good me saying, right, you know what, yeah, well, I'm suing Dave Smith, because I am, because Dave Smith deserves it, he does, right? And because his associates are a bit, they might be responsible as well, I'm going to just say, yeah, Dave Smith and 50 does, that ain't right, you shouldn't be able to do that. In my opinion, that is not legally educated in the slightest.
Look, I have my car or my personal injuries total $100,000 in damages. And I'm going to sue John and I'm going to sue you. And I want my $100,000. Now, you're both liable to me. So if I get the money out of John, great. Then I'm going to take that money and I'm going to be good. But now I'm going to say, whoa, homeboy, you hit me from behind. So he is also partially at fault. So then I could seek contributory damages from you. I could seek contribution towards the damages.
I'd have struggled to say that as well, yeah. And yeah, it's worse when he does it because he's actually a lawyer. Just saying.
From you. And so it doesn't get resolved until either it's resolved as to everybody, or if, for example, I said, hey, Chili, I'm not going to give you $100,000, but I want to settle this. So I'll give you $50,000.
Woohoo.
He could be like, yeah, cool, I'll take that, and I'll get the other 50 from you. But you might not be cool with that, or you might be cool with that, because that limits your exposure now to a maximum of $50,000, because he asked for 100, I gave him 50, your maximum is 50. But you might think that I'm more liable than you. You might think, well, John should pay 60. In which case, you might say no.
Don't talk about food, I'm hungry.
I'm not gonna stipulate to John getting out for $50,000 because I'm gonna want more money from him, or yeah, I think he owes Chili more than I do.
Yeah.
Or you might agree. I mean, that's something that the parties can agree to do, but you can't piecemeal it in judgment. And that's what happened when Chili tried to get a default judgment against Kate. The court looked at it, and the court noted that, oh, wait a minute, hold on. You've got what's that idiot's name? Blue Bacon. You've got Blue Bacon in here fighting, and he's raised defense.
I know he hates on bacon, but that's just how it is. So don't nobody get all thingy about it.
And his defenses might also apply to Kate. And he might be liable, and his liability might be something that will offset some of the damages that Kate has to pay. Because again, if Blue Bacon owes Chili, if the court says, okay, so Chili has, let's again say $100,000 in damages, he doesn't, but let's just say he does. Then the court might in determining okay, so, or the jury might say, well, Blue Bacon, we the jury find that Blue Bacon is responsible for $10,000 of this, and Kate is responsible for 90. Or if it's joint and severally, then the Kate and Blue Bacon are both liable for this. But if Chili got two judgments, if you got a judgment against Kate for $100,000 and a judgment against Bacon for $100,000, then he'd be double dipping. So the court can't allow that. So until Chili essentially resolves the case against all the parties, then he's going to be stuck with no judgment against Kate. When he goes to get a judgment against Kate, he's actually going to have to prove his damages. He's actually going to have to present. I'm not going to give him advice on how to do it, but he has to actually give enough evidence, credible evidence, to the court, so the court can say, yeah, I think it's likely that you have these damages, right? And it gets pretty specific. So I've already said this in the past, so I don't feel bad saying it. He's going to have a medical expert who's going to have to testify to any emotional damages or physical damages that he's alleged. If there's any ongoing, any future damages, monetary, he's going to have a medical expert who's willing to testify as to that. He's going to have to show receipts for any emotional damage or physical damages or property damages that he's experienced as a result of the allegations that he's made. like actual physical like receipts. He's going to actually have to prove it. He can't just say I spent $100,000 on therapy. He's going to have to like drop receipts. Like, here's the money I paid on therapy, or here's the money my insurance paid on therapy, or whatever. That was a direct result. And here's the expert who says that the therapy was required as a direct result of Kate's actions, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So he's got a long road to hoe before he gets anything resolved against Kate. I'm still shocked that Kate has not defended this. She's not completely hanging in the breeze because, again, Chili's going to have to prove in court or...
Has Kate spoke about this at all? Because, I mean, I'm not on Discord like I used to be. I keep meaning to at least maintain my own server, but I do neglect that as well because I genuinely forget. I know it sounds weird, but I really do. So I've not been on Discord and in Kate's server to find out or know whatever. And because of my meds, I actually sleep a lot better most of the time these days. I tend to run out sooner than I should. So I have a few days each month where my sleeping ain't great. But yes, I've not she's not on very often anyway, is she? But when she is on YouTube, it tends to be like 2 in the morning onwards. So I've not seen any of them. I actually did mean to like watch them, you know, like the next day or something like that. Completely forgot. Has she said anything? Has she mentioned anything? So what's that? I think Kate is being a bit discreet. Yeah, maybe. I'm just curious because I mean, this is not something that I imagine that she would have just done like on purpose, kind of thing. Because I mean, that ain't gonna ever do anything good for your credibility. Not credibility. That's the wrong word. Sorry, that was the wrong word. Reputation. I mean, and considering Kate, at least, you know, not too long ago, was just a bit of a fucking badass to us when it came to Chilla and shit. You know what I mean? It'd be a massive disappointment, and especially after like so much money was raised for her legal thing, which I know was the Boston one, the Massachusetts one. So I'm not knocking her for that at all, but it's just like you'd think that she fought that one, fight the next one. Personally, I think she wouldn't do a bad job representing herself if she couldn't afford a lawyer or something. But then I also do get that even if you know what, actually no, I'll take that back, because at the end of the day it'd be up there, wouldn't it, with Chili saying that he's basically a lawyer because he watched YouTube videos and read a few Supreme Court cases. So yeah, I just wondered. I wondered if anybody knew, if anything had been said. So I'm trying to read the chat now. I've got my glasses out and everything. Look, see how clever I look. I've got glasses. I'm smart. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Yeah, fair enough. You think about just think about. You're in tears. I saw you say that thing, which I thought was quite funny, the withdrawal symptoms, but I didn't get what the withdrawal symptoms. Oh yeah, that's it. So it's about bacon butties. Oh right, yeah, it's alright. I'm sorry, because that was quite funny. The withdrawal symptoms must be horrific. We should never meet. We are like antiparticles that would destroy each other on encountering each other. I pretty much am bacon butties. Muppet. If there are 10 cats on a boat and one jumps off, how many cats are left on the boat? None. They were copycats.
By declaration, the damages against him, and I'm not entirely sure that he's going to be able to do that. So the takeaway: there's a default that just ends the ability of the defendant to file an answer to the complaint. That's all it does. Then there's the judgment. That's what Chili needs to get, and he needs. Basically, it's just him who's going to be able to testify, his side, just Chili's side, that's going to be able to testify and present evidence, but he still has to testify and present enough evidence to convince the court that he is entitled to the damages that he's seeking. So the default has been entered. Kate can't respond anymore, can't answer, can't present evidence, but Chili still has to present evidence and has to convince a court that Kate's got to pay. And the court's not going to do that until basically it's down to just Kate. Or there's a trial and evidence can be presented. Like if Peratini and DeCastro take this all the way to trial, Peratini can present evidence, DeCastro can present evidence, Kate can't So Kate's going to basically be at the mercy of whatever evidence Piratini and DeCastro introduce at trial, and the court's going to make a decision on how much liability Kate has at that point as well. Anyway.
That's funny. What Comcast just put. That's funny. Everybody read that because that's fucking awesome.
That's it for today. Thanks for watching.
Don't get me wrong. It took me a second and I had to like really think about them. I say really, but it took me a second. I had to proper think about that. But yeah, got it. That's really good. I love it. Oh yeah. One other thing. Hilarious. Not worth making a video on by itself, but way back in June, it's August now. So way back in June, like June 20th or something like that, or June 15th, way back in June, Chili in the Las Vegas Municipal Police Department case filed a motion for reconsideration of his request for preliminary injunction on the criminal matter. I guess yesterday or the day before, relatively recently, the court just said no. no opinion, no looking at case law, nothing like that. It's just like it just said plaintiff failed to meet his burden. No. Chili's whole shtick about, well, maybe if I just say the same thing again, slower, because you're just dumb and you didn't understand it the first time, it's not going to work. Chili, you actually have to be able to present actual law as it's actually applied in actual jurisdictions in order to get your way on these things. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Speaking of Irish, I heard, scrolling through YouTube Shorts today, because I do, and I don't even know why I stopped here, because it's Andrew Tate's brother, and I'm not going to be able to tell you the joke either, because I will never remember. I never remember things word for word. But it was a really funny Englishman and Irishman and Scotsman, or vice versa. One of them kind of jokes, which, fucking hell, I mean, especially you Brits, we grew up on them and they were awesome. One that I've always remembered from when I was a kid, and bear in mind, yeah, I'm allowed to do this because I'm half Irish at the least, was I just confused an Irishman, put him in a round room and tell him to go sit in the corner. When I was a kid, that was fucking hilarious. Now I'm a grown up, it's just, yeah. But it was a really good one. Anyway, it was about the steps up to heaven and to God, and God telling you a joke every 5 steps. And if you don't laugh, you get all the way to the top and you don't laugh, you'll be allowed into heaven. And so if one of you want to try and Google it and find it and paste it into the chat from there, I'd be really grateful, because if I try and say it, I'll completely fuck it up. And if I try and find the video, you know what, I'll try and find the video, but I don't know why I'm good. I have no idea. So let's see. Because I know if I go through my history, you'll all get to see what I watch all day. And we don't want that. And like you go through shorts and the fucking, yeah, let's have a look. Let's see if we can find it. It could work, you know. Yeah, there's loads of Fawlty Towers ones. I never watched that, you know. Like even now, I've never watched a full episode of Fawlty Towers, even though it's like a British classic. This shit I'll watch, man. Has anybody seen Unlocked lately? Let me know, please. Oh, I thought I had it then. No, look, ain't looking good. It's one of them long jokes, but it was quite funny. Oh, I'm not going to find it, man. It's just basically going to show me everything, ain't it? Other than the one that I want. Yeah, lots of atheist stuff, because, oddly enough, I'm an atheist. The best TikTok ever. No, it's not that. Oh, come on, man. Fucking hell. I should be looking at the chat at the same time, because I wouldn't be surprised if one of you's already pulled it up and fucking posted it. And then I see, look, I've got to the end. Is it just me, or is Merv the sort of guy everyone would say he looked like a serial killer? I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, Jay, you know when that shit happens, when like a community find out that their next door neighbour was a fucking serial killer or something like that, as soon as they find out, 9 times out of 10, they'll say, oh, I always knew there was something about him. It was something in the eyes. And I sit there and think to myself, You fucking liar. Stop lying. But yeah. Can't believe I'm showing you like my history. Now everybody knows everything about me, like, it's just terrible. I don't get it. Why can't I find it? Oh, is it because I was looking on yesterday? Yeah, that would do it, wouldn't it? I'm not thick, honest. Not in that way, anyway. No. Oh, I ain't never gonna be able to. Yeah, there's more. Oh, there's more. Right, let's move my head. There we go. Let's have a look. Sorry, I know it's not what you'd necessarily all signed up for, but there we go. This is me. This is what super professional YouTube channels do, by the way. That's not it. Fuck off. Oh, I can't remember what his name is. Is it Tristan? Andrew Tate's brother. I could just look for it. I just liked it, yeah. I liked it. And it sort of took ages to build up, but fuck it. I was going to look for some. Not him either. No, right there. Oh, bollocks. Fuck me, man. When I learned to type. Englishman. Scotsman and Irishman jokes. Let's watch them, because sometimes they're funny.
Brilliant Irish jokes. Well, we take into consideration all the stuff that Dave Lieber has been teaching us over the years with stories. Make them concise and tight. Bring them into the present tense. Use dialogue. Use purposeful movement. And then what we do is we add the Michael Hoffman.
Hi, Mel. How you doing, mate?
Touch, which is go a little bit crazy, own them, and have that great comedic timing. So that sounds all very good, but you sort of say, okay, Dave, what does that look like in the real world?
No, sorry, I just see it seems like I searched for something and just literally went on the worst result ever. There you go. This one claims that it's definitely a funny joke, so let's check this one out. I said check this one out. Stop ignoring me.
A Scotsman, Englishman and an Irishman were drinking at a bar. As good as this bar is, said the Scotsman, I still prefer the pubs back home. In Glasgow, there's a wee place called McTavish's. The landlord goes out of his way for the locals. When you buy 4 drinks, he'll buy the 5th drink. Well, Angus, said the Englishman, at my local in London.
I'm sorry, I can't do it. If it's not somebody actually saying it. I mean, no. What is it? Is it because they ain't got the bollocks to say it or something? I don't get it. I really thought there'd be some good ones. It looks like I've been completely let down. What's he called then? What did I say his name was? Tristan. Nope.
An Englishman, an Irishman, and a Scotsman are all in a pub in the United States, and the pub is terrible. None of
By the way, this is not it.
them like it. The Englishman starts says, well, this pub is absolutely terrible. Back in London, my landlord will give you a 5th drink for free every time you buy the 4th drink. The Scotsman says, no, Englishman, that's nothing. Back in my hometown, I can't do a Scottish accent. The landlord will give you the 2nd drink free every time you buy the 1st. That is the worst Scottish accent I've heard in my life. And the Irishman says, that's nothing at all. In my hometown, when you go into the pub, they give you a drink on the house. And then another. And then another. And then another 10. And after you had enough drinks, they take you upstairs to a private room and they make sure you have a little bit of fun, if you know what I'm saying. All free of charge. An Englishman and a Scotsman look at him and say, no, Irishman, that can't be true. Has that ever actually happened to you? And Paddy says, oh, no, not to me, but it's happened to my sister many times.
That is actually quite good. It's a shame it was being told by him. Let's try this one.
Englishman, an Irishman, and a Scotsman are descending the steps.
This is the one. Like I say, it's not the best I've ever heard, but it did make me chuckle, and I can't stand the bloke, so...
Heaven. God puts out 1,000 steps ahead of them and says, I'm going to tell you a joke every 5th step. And if you laugh, you get flushed permanently to hell. But if you make it all the way up to the top without laughing, you get to come into heaven. Englishman, you go first. The Englishman was sharp and witty, started ascending the steps, and on step 65, he started laughing. God threw him right to hell. The Scotsman says, I'll go next.
starts walking up the stairs, gets to step 385, and he starts laughing at God's jokes. So God takes the Scotsman and throws him right into hell. The Irishman starts walking up the steps confidently, stops every fifth step, hears the joke that God tells him, doesn't laugh. He gets up to step 999, and he starts bursting out laughing. And God says, "You're on step 999. What are you laughing for? I haven't even said the last joke." The Irishman replies, "I just got the first one." Englishman and Irishman in a...
See, that's kind of funny. Anyway, where were we? We were taking the piss out of Chile, so let's carry on.
George Floyd because citizen journalists recorded it. If an officer went up to one or two...
No. Why is it on that one? Is that the one that I had it on the whole time? Did I not have it on his voice change one? Because that just completely defeats the point of me changing his voice.
To uphold us. So that's the part where the reporter just kind of gets caught in his own words, I guess you would say, but he's not correct. Okay, so now let's democracy dies in the darkness, which is 100% true. So let's get into this a little bit. Gilbert, Arizona, shortly after a police cruiser stopped a sedan recently on a night, a black masked man in an SUV rushed over to record the encounter. As a woman in the passenger seat handed her identification...
No, wait there, right. I don't want to be... Because if I had gone on to this... Just give me 1 second, I'm sorry. But if I'd accidentally gone on that one...
Two of them and said, "Hey..."
Yes, so then I'm like half hour through it, so... Well, I have no idea. Which one were we listening to? Were we listening to the voice change one? Or were we listening to it normal? Because both of them are so far in.
See, right here.
Valerie, my love. No, so I thought I saw Valerie's name. No, I'm seeing things. Never mind. Then again, though, you know what? I could always look on my fucking phone instead of me looking on TV where nothing's in time. Yeah, totally seeing things. Never mind. Yeah, I have no idea where we are. Oh, God, I've got double chin. That's terrible. Let's go forward.
But Sean Paul Reyes is not the most popular auditor.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's where we were. Basically, yeah, we were listening to him bitch about how he's more popular than Sean Paul Reyes, or what the fuck his name is. I don't fucking know.
Police stations and town halls with angry phone calls when he is arrested. He recently filed a suit after being arrested and filming in an NYPD police station. His chief motive, he said, is serving the public. Sean, you know, I'm sorry, bro. You had no mission. You're an ex-con who couldn't get a job. And so you...
Oh, you have no mission. I mean... Seriously, I mean, like, who wakes up in the morning and decides that they need a mission? That genuine... And this is like a genuine question. It genuinely muddles me. I mean, I wake up in the morning and, you know, I've just got my life. That's it. Just my life. However it is, whatever's going on at this time, it's my life, and that's that. Well, I fucking... But Chile just wakes up one day and it's like, right then, I failed at everything else in life, so today my mission is to chat shit to people on the internet. It's just... I just have no idea, man. I'm just so muddled.
Started filming cops. You don't even understand constitutional law. I would have to...
Neither do you. Chile, seriously, right? You know what? On this is a very rare occasion, but for the next 15-20 seconds, I ain't even taking the piss out of you, mate, yeah? You don't understand constitutional law either. Now, I don't mean that you know nothing about any of it. Of course you know some of it. As you should, by the way. You're American. But I know some of it. I'm British. So am I a constitutional law scholar? I'm pretty fucking sure. I know it is, Odin. I'm dipping, missing, that kind of thing. Hi, by the way. How you doing? It's because I'm pissed off because I got given the blue man again. I changed my avatar and just get given the blue man. It gets on my tits. So there we go. I thought, fuck it. I'll show everybody my Medusa hair today because it is crazy. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, Chile, you don't know constitutional law. You don't know it like you claim to know it. As far as I'm concerned, as far as I can tell, Chile knows it like how children might know it. You know, about like how children in the US might learn some stuff about it, or if not everything about it, at school. I don't know what age or anything. I don't know. I'm not American. Shocking, I know, but I'm not. Like I say, I know stuff about the Constitution. Am I a constitutional law scholar then? Damn fucking right I am, absolutely. So yeah, let me read Lemon Tart's joke. A monkey escaped from the petting zoo. He rode out the gates on the back of a baby sheep. Authorities have stated that he is on the lam.
Explain to you, Terry versus Ohio. It's just a fact. I'm sorry. How many cops out there know our rights better than what we're doing? Said Sean Paul. We have a.
That's got back in my mouth whilst I'm trying to roll my faggot up. That was lovely. That was. It was that lovely that I just thought that I'd pause the video and share it all with you. So hope you appreciate it. It was actually because I was worried in case you heard me sort of making a spitting kind of noise. It was just me spitting a little bit of baccy out of my tongue. Out of my tongue? Off my tongue. I swear, yeah, I can actually speak properly. I know that I pretend that I can't, but I can, honest.
Video of Derek Chauvin killing George Floyd because citizen journalists recorded it. If an officer went up to one or two of them and said, hey, you can't record, and took their phones, he probably never would have been held accountable. Sean Paul Reyes sometimes supplements his own video with police body cam footage of the interactions obtained through police records requests. An officer in Danbury, Connecticut was suspended for 9 days because of the footage in which he says Reyes would have been dead with his teeth knocked out if police encountered him in an earlier era. Clips of Reyes' calm dismissal of police asking for his identification are edited and repurposed across social media, offering easy-to-understand tutorials of when you do and don't have to show your identification to police. I'm afraid not. I'm afraid Sean Paul Reyes does not teach you guys anything like that. He doesn't teach a damn thing. He doesn't.
It's not projection, Cova. This is constitutional law scholar class. I was trying to think of a better way to word it then, though. Remember, like, I mentioned it quite recently because I was saying how my 15-year-old son was taking the piss out of it. But, like, you know, he says, I'm going to teach constitutional law scholar. I am going to educate you in constitutional law scholar, which makes no sense. Like, he's so clever, yeah? So self-educated, so scholarly that he can't even use such simple words correctly. And that's coming from me. And I am, like I say, when I'm live, I am absolutely rubbish with words. So I'll never be able to go on a game show or anything. Anxiety stage fright, it's basically like stage fright. It gets the best of me, and my mind draws a blank all the time. And you've seen it with me over the simplest words. I'd be lost without you all, honestly. But the whole, I'm going to teach constitutional law scholar. That is not how English works. It's not. You could teach somebody how to be a constitutional law scholar. Perhaps you could do that. I don't know. 'Cause, I mean, it's not really... I don't know. You know what, yeah? You can teach somebody to be a bricklayer. You can teach somebody to be a carpenter. You can teach somebody to be a plumber. That kind of thing, yeah? Whereas with being a scholar, to me, a scholar is basically an expert. And I have looked in the dictionary before what it means, and I can't, like, the definition, I mean, of scholar, and I can't remember exactly what it says. So, I don't know. But to me, my interpretation of the word scholar is basically an expert on the topic, the situation, or whatever. One sec. He is the furthest thing from an anything scholar in any way. At least, you know, normal, like me, for example, yeah, I get so much wrong, and I can't get all my words out, and I can't remember things, and I don't know things. And when I don't know something, I fucking say it. I tell ya. Ain't no shame in it. We all don't know stuff. What's that? If you pronounce fallacy on purpose to sound fancy, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, my days. The fact. I forgot about that, you know, Cova. I fucking forgot about that. No, and I get, yeah, because put mispronounced. He said, didn't he, that he studied, I might be not getting word for word right, yeah, but the gist of it, he studied fallacies at school or at college or whatever, yeah? So he knows what a fallacy is, and a fallacy this, and a fallacy that, and a fallacy the other. That how can you... The clue is in the word. You know how it says F-A, you know, fa, and not fa. You know, it's not a follicle, it's a fallacy. Well, I don't even know why I just question all this shit, yeah, that we all already know. It's just chilly, isn't it? Remember, yeah, the answer is always, you know, for me, I'm a down-to-earth, common as fuck, no accent Brit, and it's just chilly, innit? Absolutely, and that's it.
No constitutional law. He's done no study. He knows nothing. He's just a guy who picked up a camera. He's an ex-con who couldn't get a job and started filming cops. Sorry, bro. Hate to tell.
You're a fucking ex-con. Oh, my days. Well, maybe not an ex-con. Is he an ex-con? I don't know. Do you class a con that somebody who's actually served time in prison? Or is a con just somebody that's been convicted for anything? Because, I mean, if you plead guilty, you're convicted, aren't you? So he pled guilty to manufacturing with the intent to supply the date rape drug GHB. Yeah, sorry, I always have to think and make sure I don't mix it up with GBH. Anyway, he did that. He got found guilty for the stealing, the theft. What was it? He said, I was such a poor kid. I was only 21. You know, by the time I was 21, yeah, I was married with 3 kids. Now, I'm not saying that's right, but don't sit there saying that you're just a fucking kid. 21 years old ain't I mean, don't get me wrong, yeah, now I'm 40, yeah, practically kids, but they're still old enough to know better. So you're convicted for that. You got done for stalking, you're convicted for that. You've been done for numerous traffic offences, you've been convicted for those. You are an ex-con. You're an ex-con trying to make money off the fucking stupid and gullible. Fuck me.
You're not on my level, and you never will be, bro. You're no leader at all whatsoever. I just don't like the guy. He went on a troll channel.
I guarantee he literally gives less than fuck all about what you're saying about him. Honestly, he does not give a shit. And I know that. So just Chili, you ain't all that, brother. You ain't all that. And you're giving it like you are. You're going on and on and on like you're well hard, and you ain't. You've done nothing but embarrass yourself. You offer out cops knowing that none of them will say, come on then, yeah, I'll do it. And then when one does, you lead it right up till the very end, and then you fucking call quits. You are a pussy. You're pathetic. You're embarrassing. God, could you imagine being related to this guy? Seriously, I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine being this bloke's mom? This bloke's sister? Fuck me, man. I would die of shame.
I was a grifter. How many things do you give away, Sean? And that's an absolute lie. Sean doesn't teach anybody about how to ID or when to ID. He couldn't teach anything. I'm just being honest.
It's not a YouTuber's job to teach people when to ID and when to do this and when to do that. That's not your job. That's not his job. If you want to know what, when, and when not to do things, search and go to the official websites that might tell you how to. So, like, for example, I don't know, but like over here, it'd probably be our Gov UK website. Gov UK. I'll say Gov because it's spelled GOV, but our Gov UK website, it might be on there. That kind of thing. Not, oh shit, you know what, right? I need to know how I should deal with a cop wanting my ID. I know what I'll do. I'll look for a fucking YouTube video. The fuck?
Among the popular aggregators of such material is Lackluster YouTube page, piloted by Dale Hiller, a former Los Angeles.
Oh, yes, and he definitely does, by the way, Leanne. I completely agree. He really does sound jealous, don't I? And now if he's talking about Lackluster, I'd assume that his jealousy is going to hit new levels, but we'll see. Because he does not like Lackluster, and Lackluster's channel is massive.
This firefighter and Iraq veteran who started posting videos after he was ordered to stop recording police and a police interaction with his next door neighbor. Okay, another comment. Lackluster is not an auditor, he's a reporter. He grifts by taking people's videos, and we need reporters. But if you want to talk about grifting...
By taking other people's videos. Now, anybody that was here, was it last night or the night before or both? I showed Chili showing other people's videos, using other people's videos, where he's got videos that are nothing but the other person's video. Only difference is that he puts his fucking logo in the corner. Fucking hell, man. Shall I start doing that? Shall I start downloading all of his stuff, but I'll just put my fucking avatar over his? And that's it, then it's mine. It's mine. Remember, it's mine. Look, it's got my avatar on it. It's mine. Oh God, man. I can imagine as well that all of his little simp followers were watching this last night and they were like, yeah, Chili, preach, man, preach. Yeah, Chili, yeah, you're the man, you're so amazing, you're so fucking amazing. It is such a fucking hypocrite and it is so provable. It's just so strange.
He doesn't kick back any money to anybody's videos he uses. People whose videos I take, I give them money. Because
You fucking liar. Chili, you don't even put the link in your description. Stop lying. And that's not how YouTube works. If they're using your footage within fair use, they don't have to do that anyways. It might be polite. I hate you though, so therefore I don't do that shit because I'm not that polite. But no, that's not how it fucking works. And you don't do that. What a fucking liar, man. You probably can't because I swear to God nobody watches my videos anymore. But anyway, ages ago, months ago, I made a video about on Delete Law's Clips channel. It might have been the old one, the one that's now gone. Might not be though. Can't remember. Anyway, they did he basically had downloaded and then uploaded an uncut 4-year-old video of where these coppers came across a young boy. Can't remember how old he was. I've got 12 in my head, but it might have been 14. On a golf cart or something. And it was like middle of the night. It was freezing cold. All this, that, and the other. And this was just it was just that video. And it was from a news channel. And all he'd done, he'd cut off the beginning where the news reporters in the studio introduced the video, introduced the story. And the bit at the end. And he'd shrunk it a bit. Or zoomed it in a bit. And he'd put his logo on it. Now that... As much as that might sound transformative to some people, no, that is not good enough. Because otherwise it'd be like what I just said. So I can take his videos then, I can put a pink and blue or pink and purple frame around it, put my avatar on there. Oh, that's the other thing he did. Speed it up a little bit. Not much, by the way. I'm talking, instead of it being 1 speed, putting it up to 1.1 or 1.2. And that's it. That's the video. Job's a good one. Job done. He did that. Him and his simp did that. Why is that okay? It's crackers. Is that real? I can't read it properly. I'm going to bed soon so I can get up in 2 hours to evacuate my bladder. But before I do, would you like a joke? I'm going soon as well, so don't abandon me just yet.
It's not my content. So I'm just keeping it real. Lackluster is not an auditor. He's never been an auditor. He's a reporter. He's a reporter, and he's a good reporter, and we need reporters, but he's no freedom fighter. He reports on real activist videos. I just want to keep it real, because this 1A community has got to level up. It's got to level up. How many fundraisers has Sean Paul Reyes or Lackluster done to get people out of jail? How many people have they actually helped? Just wondering, how many people you actually helped? Oh, you helped yourself to their videos, but you didn't help them with any financing. You didn't help them get out of jail. Dale Lackluster is a reporter.
Did these people get themselves put into jail, Chilla? Did they? Because I'm pretty sure they did. So why the fuck should these people help them?
A reporter. And by the way, if you let him use your video and ask him for any money, he'll tell you no. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real. Don't promote people who are not auditors when they're not auditors. He's not an auditor. He's a reporter. And he's a beta male. I'm sorry, he just is. I hate to say it. He may have gone to Iraq. Lackluster stands out in the auditor movement. He's not
served his country, but he's a beta male. He's a reporter, and he's a good reporter, but he's a beta male. Make that shit make sense. Like, seriously, how does that make sense? Like, fucking... He's not an auditor. He's a reporter. And he's a damn good reporter. And, you know, and he served in Iraq and whatnot, and all this, that, and the other. Served his country. But he's a beta male. Make that make sense. Seriously, because I am at a loss. So, I'm going to be done as well, I think. I'm going to let it run for another 2 minutes, and then I'm going. And you never know. You know what, yeah? I might be back tomorrow. Might not, but we'll see.
Not an auditor. He is not an auditor. He's a reporter. It has nothing to do with it being an auditor. Offering analysis of local and federal laws as well as court rulings to provide context for videos posted or submitted by others. Posted or submitted by others. Exactly. Most material he highlights is not from auditors with heavy followings, but people publishing their recordings of police encounters for the first time. That's not true. He takes the videos of real activists and benefits massively from it. Lackluster has watched YouTube expand their following in recent years by publishing videos of police interactions that others send them and by finding new ways to encounter the police. He thinks some are beginning to enter murky legal waters, approaching officers in a loud or disruptive manner, or refusing to leave public buildings when asked. Others have outright violated the law.
Yeah, actually, it does take about 70%. He pretends that YouTube take 70%, and they don't. They take 30%. So it's absolute full of shit.
As he said, "Okay, Lackluster, then get off your lazy ass, pick up a camera, and go out into the streets. Lackluster, you're going to talk about people who are loud? I tell cops to go F them."
Yeah, well, I've got to go though, Colm. I'm fucking starving. It's your lot's fault though, talking about bacon butters and shit.
Get off your lazy ass, stop stealing people's videos, and get on the street, Dale. You coward. You beta male cuck. Dale from Lackluster, I'll be the first to say it. He's a cuck. He's a beta male thief.
Why?
He steals activist videos for his own profit. And the reason why he uses videos that hardly anybody knows is because they don't know they're getting ripped off. A real auditor, someone who goes out and films police, they know that he's ripping off their work. The people who I work with, I call on the phone and we talk about sharing my videos. So I don't know.
That's sharing your videos. What about the other people's videos that you take? Right, you know what? I'm stopping it there. Now, I'm in two minds. I'm either going to just carry this on tomorrow, or I might just use this little rant of his as a soundbite sort of thing, and then make a video out of it with examples of all the videos where he has used other people's videos. And he can say what he likes. We know 100% that there is no fucking way that he has spoken to every single one of them people, them video owners, and got permission and given them credit. There's just no fucking way. So there we go. Yeah, actually end up. You know what, Mark? I set this up for 7 initially, and then I was so tired and just couldn't be arsed and all this happening involved. But then, yeah, I'm glad it turned out all good. So yeah, watch this space. You'll either see a notification for a live stream tomorrow, or you won't, basically, which is just like obvious, isn't it? Thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you ain't hit the like, please like. By all means, please share. I'm basically bleeding subscribers at the moment. I'm kind of past the point of caring. But, you know, I inserted myself in drama once, and I think coded friends the cunt and told him to suck my dick because it's bigger than his. So apparently people didn't like that, but oh well, never mind. Just whether chili. Yeah, I know it wouldn't be a bad idea, would it? Delete those. I'm thinking on it tonight. I'll think on it tomorrow a bit more. So yes, so thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate it. And love you all, and take care. Have a good night, sleep or awake or whatever it is that you do. And I will see you soon. Bye.